I hate fucking technology.
Did you start the show there? You're recording.
I've been recording this whole time.
Figured. Great. Just great. Fantastic. Always got to watch what I say around you. Watch what I say and watch my beehole.
Not really, but...
Well, that might have been in my dream.
I just fucking hate that I can't... This shit just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Fucking technology. It just drives me batshit silly.
Well, maybe we'll start recording before they jump on.
Well, we've started recording.
Oh, well.
I mean, technically.
You didn't do the official intro, so it don't count.
Am I going to do it, though, at this point? Because
I don't know.
I'm thoroughly flicking irritated.
I don't know what you're going to do from here on out, and I probably won't listen, so I'll never know. Just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a I have a feeling some of this is going to get added as extra clips at the end of this episode, though.
Where's the fucking contacts at?
Why is it every time we try to do something different, we have different problems? It's not even the same problem every time.
It's not the same problem.
It's always something new. I've got problems, dude. Excuse me.
That's a problem, actually.
I've had this shooting pain in my ribs starting about an hour and a half ago. And it's not letting up. It's getting worse. Just be ready to call a squad.
No.
Okay, well, be ready to haul my big dead blood out of your house from upstairs then.
I'm not going to do that either.
Fine, just let me sit here and rot. I don't care. I'll be
Not
dead.
going to do that either.
What other options are there? Burn the house down with me inside? Collect the insurance and move to Florida?
Maybe. I mean, I can blame you for it.
That's fine. If I'm dead, I don't care.
I mean, I can just say, fucking Randy burned my house down.
He died and then set the place on fire.
Yeah.
His ghost came back and haunted it. That would have worked in the 1700s.
It can work now.
Witchcraft.
Let's see, I'm trying. I'm going to...
It hurts.
Fucking irritating.
I blame Jason.
Hold on, what the hell? That's not what I wanted to do.
Just do Facebook Messenger, dude.
I may have to. It may come down to that. But...
I mean, it just might be the easier option at this point. As much as I hate to say it. Our eggs are getting warmer and warmer.
Well, we'll get it here. Hopefully I'll get it here in a minute.
And our ice is melting.
Yeah, that I'm not worried about.
Shite. Oh.
That's unnecessary.
All right, I'm going to hold it together. I'm a professional. I've been doing this for 3 years, and they say if you get paid to do something, you're a professional. We got paid $20 once by Mo. So I'm a professional podcaster.
God. Oh, there it goes.
That's all you had to do is yell.
Except. If it... Mute.
Ooh, that's not bueno.
No. You know what else isn't... You know what else isn't bueno?
Me puking my guts out over here?
No.
What?
There it goes. I think I got it.
Yeah, I definitely don't hear what I was hearing.
Well, I was able to mute the...
Now I'm hearing something.
Well, what I don't know is if I mute the... Hey, Patrick. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. This goddamn technology. It's the worst. Like, I can't set up the fucking FaceTime through my iPad Pro because my iPad Mini that Randy's going to use isn't on the you can't update it to 14 like iOS 14. It's stuck on iOS 12.
Yeah, gotcha.
I gotta turn you guys up, and then I'll try to invite Jason here once he's ready. I was just doing a test to see if this would actually work or not.
Yeah, he's still on wait.
Why are you so quiet?
I can barely hear him.
Oh, let me.
Sounding husky there, Randy.
What's that? I barely heard you.
You sound a bit husky. You sound like you're drinking a pint of gravel.
That's just because I'm really fat.
That's normal.
He said I sound a bit husky. Little does he know that's the brand of jeans I wore as a wee lad, as he would say.
Wee lad? I'm not Scottish.
Dude, I'm from America. I don't know. What's the difference?
It's like me calling you Canadian.
Fair enough. I apologize then. I can still barely hear Patrick, though.
I'm working on it.
I know you're working on it. You're trying. What are you looking for?
It's some sort of fucking headphone to shut this thing up.
Oh, like a headphone jack thing?
Yes. Because, God forbid, you actually are able to turn it all the way down. But the video doesn't work, so it may not matter whether you can see them or not.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Jay's just pulling into his house.
Okay. Let's see. Can I... That works. All right. This one I'm going to end the Buckhorn podcast. Jeez, I'm going to have to go buy like more technology bullshit just to do technology bullshit.
Oh, dear.
Randy's so goddamn special, he has to have his shit on a tripod.
I've never claimed that.
I know I did.
Oh, this is going to be fun. There we go. Hey, there's Patrick. Got it.
Yeah. You good?
I'm good. I can barely hear you, but Martelle's still adjusting, so we'll get there.
Maybe it could be Patrick's headphones or his microphone. Potentially.
Well, we'll see what you hear. I don't know if you need that. I'm not hearing any echo or anything.
It's the wrong goddamn headset anyway. Fucking Apple in there can't pick a goddamn charging apparatus. Thunderbolt, USB-C, whatever.
Go Samsung.
Yeah, but I know, but on the iPad Pro, it's a USB-C. And I've got
I got you.
USB-C headphones sitting over here. So
Is he really quiet in your ears?
yes.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's that's my next thing. I don't want to turn the audio too high up on the.
Just going to play around with the audio on my end as well.
So
That's a little better.
I was able to turn. I got the volume up on the iPad as much as it'll go. We've been recording for 16 minutes at least now, and we have zero of a show except for some clips. Because I've been fucking.
You boys are really good with technology.
It's never the same issue.
If you've listened, I know you haven't, but if you've listened to every episode, we've had our fair share of technological issues. We lost an entire show multiple times.
Yeah, just because
for whatever reason.
The thing recorded and then it just formatted itself. It was done. That was it.
Or the Pumpkin Show with Ricky Ticky and Tavi that you unplugged and lost everything.
Turned the power off on
Turned
that
the
one.
power off.
That's why we've.
How's
That's
that
why.
volume?
What was that?
How's that volume now?
Still low.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not as good as last time we had him on.
How about now?
Still low.
Are you using a different mic than last time?
Yeah, I think I was probably on my Apple earphones at the time.
I thought so. Like, we can hear you, but it's
You sound like you're far away.
like you're in England or something. It's clear sounding. It's just really quiet.
Okay. Hang on a minute.
That's fine. We're not starting yet. Randy and I may get a drink.
I could go for
I'm
one
just
of
making sure the mic jack's not locked up on this.
You sound the same now as when you had those on. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Right. It's like it's picking up your laptops or your computer's using its mic instead of the headset.
Yeah, when you took your headset off, it sounded the exact same as when you had it on.
See? Technology.
Same now.
No, it's better now.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, it's using my that was using the earphones.
Huh.
That's weird.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Oh, there's that pain again.
All right. I'm going to check something real quick on that phone.
I've got do not disturb on and microphone off.
Good. That's what you want.
Okay.
I just turned on do not disturb mode.
Gotcha.
It should have spanned both devices.
Yep, I saw it pop up.
Okay. I'm not doing an intro at this point.
No, you got to do an intro.
Welcome to the Buckhorn
There
Podcast.
you
I'm
go.
Martelle, and with me is Randy, and we got Patrick and Jason will be joining us shortly. Okay.
Yes.
Let's get to the drinking.
Let's. Okay. You are done with the challenge.
I'm not even done.
Who won?
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, Jesus, you are so fucking loud.
Really? I'm not that loud in my ears.
Well, you're loud in my ears.
Okay, well, turn me down.
I am.
Well, congrats on winning.
Like, your audio is spiking like a son of a bitch.
That's great. I sound like less than half the volume of you in my ears now. I don't
Good.
care.
That's what you need. You need to be less than half.
That's less than half of you when I'm twice the size of you.
Well, I'm trying to match audio frequency
I'm
that
about
way.
3 times the size of you.
Well, you're pretty close.
And we got Patrick.
And we have Patrick from the UK. UK Patrick.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better or not?
No.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I have my little bud earphones in, but the Bluetooth is... Technology's failing me.
Well, that's the same problems we've been having since the last
As long
20
as you can
minutes.
hear me, as long as you can hear me, even though it's not too loud.
No. Hey, look, Jason Giannetti.
Oh, look at that.
Look at him.
What's up?
Not much. You're even quiet too. What the hell's going on over here?
Yeah, what's going on?
In that case, if I'm quiet, he's quiet. It's Martelle, the problem is your
Oh,
back.
I'm turning up the volume now.
Now
Slowly
you're-
but surely.
You're really loud, and Patrick sounds good for, with the British accent. It's sexy.
Well, he's really loud because he literally gets as close to the microphone as humanly possible.
I do. I kind of rest my nose on it like this.
Yeah, Randy,
My head's too heavy to hold up.
That's why
My neck
Randy has
muscles aren't
his
strong.
own.
So
his own thing. I can hear that
Don't
phone
eat-
that's driving me nuts.
don't-
I'll be right back.
yeah,
Don't need to-
Carry on.
but I'm glad.
Oh, Jay.
I don't know where Martelle went. He ran out of the studio here, but yeah, good to have you guys on. Patrick, I got a message while I was driving here that you were going to join us. I knew Jason was, so luckily in my truck I had my American flag hat, so I threw that on for you.
Nothing says America like an American flag hat.
American flag trucker cap. Oh yeah, we talked about that last time about American flag everything. Actually, I just need
You guys love a flag.
well.
Hey, give me 1 second. I got to let my dog outside. He's being.
Oh geez,
Fixed.
what is this amateur hour?
Yeah,
Come
actually,
on.
yeah, it is.
Let's go.
Yeah, the story behind this hat was I wanted a hat to wear when my hair was really long, and I was out at playing music for a retreat, and I went to a truck stop close by because we were out in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing, and it was either this or a bunch of pro-Trump stuff.
You got a trucker hat at a truck stop?
I did.
That's
yeah.
weird.
So that's America.
Usually you get those at Walmart.
Well, you can get
I'll,
anywhere in America.
Randy, I'll say you made the right choice with that one.
I agree with you. I agree. I saw a discussion between some friends, some Republican, some Democrat. I will say acquaintances more than friends, and they were talking about how different presidents have handled the last few, cycles here in America. And somebody said something about what Biden, or no, it was what Kamala Harris said. When she described, Ukraine's a little country and Russia's this big country by Ukraine and they attacked it and it's wrong. And how it sounded like a kindergarten speech.
Because she's
She's
a
got a
fucking
point.
kindergartner.
She does have a point, but it was just a very amateur speech. And then somebody said, "What?" One of the Democrats were like, "What? You think Trump would have given a better speech?" And I was like, yo, I'm waiting for Biden to talk on this because there's nothing funnier to me than any time Biden speaks. He's the new George W. Bush. It's just stammering and spitting and sputtering, and I love it. And Patrick don't have to worry about any of that.
No.
He gets to sit back.
Have you seen the retard we've got?
No, I'm in America. I don't pay attention to you guys.
So what makes
equally as buffoon-like as Donald Trump with shitter hair?
That's saying something. I'm going to have to look up some speeches.
I was going to say, what makes Boris, who sounds like he's from Russia,
right?
What makes him worse or as bad as what we have going on today?
He is one of these people. He is literally an elitist from the moment he was born. He wanted to be prime minister, and he's done everything he could, positioned himself against policies that he believed in because he thought it'd be the best route to get him in as prime minister. And he's a compulsive liar.
That's called drive.
Yeah, that's called American politics.
Yeah,
and I'll just correct you on his name. His name is abbreviated to Boris Johnson because it makes him sound more like a normal person. His name is Alexander DeFeffel Boris Johnson.
DeFeffel?
My next dog's name is going to be DeFeffel.
And that, gentlemen, will end Patrick's Politics Hour.
This sounds like a new segment, Patrick's Politics.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so what's Patrick? Well, first off, we got snow here last night in March.
Yeah.
Jason, how much snow did you guys get in Arizona last night?
How much?
I don't know, like -5 inches.
How much sand fell out of the sky?
-5 inches. That's the same as my wife got last night.
I mean, maybe up north they got some.
It must be quite cold because Jay's actually wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, it's probably only 70 there.
Yeah. Well, it's warmer now, but dude, it's pretty cold.
He's like, yeah, it's cold. I only have the AC set to 75. It's chilly in here. It's 22 degrees here today.
Yeah, it was 75. It was 75 on Saturday.
40, 45.
God, that's way too. It's this
40, 45. I literally, it was 46 degrees one day this week.
Yesterday.
And I went to get, it was 2 days ago when I put on sandals, gym shorts, and a t-shirt to go get my boy from school, and it was 46, and I felt great. I was like, in the sun, feels awesome. I'm good here.
This weather, I hate living here.
What's it like in England now, Patrick?
It is 6 degrees Celsius.
Okay, put that in freedom units for me.
I'm just working on that now.
He's like, I knew you stupid Americans would ask me that.
Uh-huh.
It's like 27.5 degrees.
I did see a meme this week that kind of made me think of Patrick, actually. It talked about how you remember how many feet are in a mile. And then somebody from the UK replied, yeah, we just remember 1,000 kilometers because we're not idiots using a stupid system some drunk guy made up.
I would agree.
I was like, that's a fair point.
They have a valid point.
That's a fair point.
47 degrees.
47. I was only 20 degrees off.
Yeah, you're close.
I was so close.
So close.
So close.
Yeah, we got somebody from Arizona and somebody from England on at the same time. And when you told me, especially once Patrick joined, I was like, oh, they're just going to talk race car crap all
Actually, we are.
the time again. So I'm just going to sit here and drink.
I tried to get.
There's every chance that might happen.
I tried to get Mo, but he never responded to coming on today. So
Well, screw Mo then.
no, because I was with Mo all weekend.
I
did
Mo.
enough screwing Mo.
Did Mo stay at your house?
No, he did not. He got him. It was him and his wife, and then two other friends, and they stayed down at their Airbnb.
They had their own.
They had their own little swinger competition going on. They were lifting and flexing.
Instead of the Arnold competition, was the defuffle competition.
It was awesome. The Arnold was really good this year. Like it was good to be back and like have all the vendors and everything.
Well, you didn't post a lot, and Mo didn't post a lot. So all I saw was dude either working out or holding bottles of Middle West.
Yeah. Well, that's all the bottles
Arnold.
of Middle West that he's holding. I took those pictures.
I saw one that was somebody pointing or something, and I almost replied, "I know that hand," because I figured it was you.
It was me.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was.
I almost commented, "I know that finger," and I let that one go for once.
Well.
For once, I refrained.
Yeah. So the Arnold was really good this year. Like, it was good to be back. Like, all the vendors were there. Well, not all of them, but the vendor area was there.
It was back to what it used to be.
It was close, but it was nice. It was real nice. Like, there was medieval fighting there.
Okay,
like,
that's something I
that's
go see.
I posted on my Instagram as a reel. There's legitimate like guys
Where
going
Patrick's from, they still just call that fighting.
Yes, I know.
They can't carry guns, so it's just swords
So they just
and
carry
daggers
swords and wear armor and joust.
chainmail. Here we wear flak jackets to stay safe. There, Patrick wears chainmail.
When you know how to use these, mate, you don't need a gun.
Well, no, I agree. I agree.
For those of you listening, Patrick just held up a fist. I don't want to fight a British guy. I learned that from the movie Euro Trip. You don't want to fight the Brits, man, especially the soccer hooligans.
No, the soccer hooligans are the worst.
I don't want to fight a Brit guy.
No, probably rugby.
The rugby players are the ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, the players or the hooligans in the stand at soccer games.
I also remember Michael Bisping fighting in the UFC.
Soccer players are a bunch of pussies.
And Bisping was a guy that I hated, not because he's British. I just didn't like his attitude. He was so cocky. But he performed every time. He put on a great show, and he won a lot. And I hated that. I also hated Sylvia when he kept winning. Anderson Silva. Hated watching him fight because it was like it's like watching Mayweather fight. He's so cocky and arrogant, but he kept winning. And it drew me nuts. And when he finally lost, I was so happy.
Well, it's like Bones. Bones was the same way.
Yeah, Bones Jones.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the same way.
But yeah, Bisping came out. Bisping acted like an American, but for the British. Like, he was always very proud of his country.
Colonial treasonist.
He was, just colonial. I don't think he was treasonous. He was very proud where he came from. But the dude performed.
We're just colonials. You're the treasonous ones.
Yes.
Oh, I'm super treasonous.
Proud of it. Got my trucker cap from a truck stop off of 71 North up near Marengo, Ohio. I'm getting quieter and quieter.
I know, because I'm adjusting your levels.
Is that because I'm like getting hyped up?
You're getting hyped up and you're peaking. It like past the. I had to double check the chart to make sure where the negative 12 decibel was.
I peaked in.
Dude, you're hitting like -6, which is like getting into red zone.
I can't hear myself anymore. I peaked in 2011.
I can hear you just fine. I don't know how you can't hear yourself.
I trust you. I don't care.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you just fine. I reckon I could hear you if I turned my earphones off as well.
Everybody's louder. That's good.
Yeah, I turned your headset all the way up.
All right, so we have. So, what time is it where you're at, Jason?
He's 2 hours behind us.
12:18.
Okay, get a drink. Time to do some day drinking, Jason.
Yeah.
Patrick, what time is it where you're at as he takes a drink?
It is 7:20 at night.
Yes.
Oh, that's
he's 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, I knew he was ahead of us.
Yeah.
He's in the future. So,
all right.
What are you drinking there, Patrick? It looked like cranberry juice.
Blackcurrant and apple.
What is it?
Juice. Blackcurrant and apple juice.
Blackcurrant and apple juice.
I don't know what that is.
It's juice and juice.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
It's juice.
Just
fruit juice.
Okay.
Fruit juice.
Oh,
It's not a cider. It's just a fruit juice.
It's just fruit juice.
Gotcha.
There's no alcohol in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No fermented sugars.
I'm tracking now.
Are you?
Yeah.
You got a trucker hat at a truck stop, so that's a little weird.
Where'd you get your trucker hat at?
I bought my hat. It's not a trucker hat.
Yeah, it is. It's got a mesh back. That's a trucker hat.
No, it's just it's a baseball cap.
Calm down, Jason Aldean.
Did you do the brim yourself, or did it come like that?
Oh no, that's like 4 years worth of wear on that.
He did it himself. He rolled it up and stuck it up his butt for a night.
Oh,
He stole it from
it wouldn't take a night to do that.
He did his
Scratch on
kegels.
the concrete and make the little trail.
I drove over it a couple times. I grabbed an emery board.
Rubbed the brim on the brick of his house.
Yeah.
An emery board. I haven't heard that term since my mom said it in 1987, I think.
It's what I used when I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch to do this shit to hats so I could send them to factories.
Yeah.
So that they could get the abrasions right.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
It does look like you stole it from the local homeless guy.
I'm fine with that. It's like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was gonna say I've seen that hat for years.
I wear it damn near every day. It's not the best quality hat either. It's kind of shit.
I like it though.
Well, it's got character now.
Yeah. It's got a nice musk to it, I bet.
Oh,
You gotta smell it now.
it smells like my head.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
All right, so
We have several.
we've got things that we're going to eat in front of you guys, because Beth sent deviled eggs. This is why doing
Oh, dude, I'm jealous.
Zoom shows kind of sucks.
We have
What's on top of that? Is that bacon?
So we have regular deviled eggs here, traditional, but Beth makes them a little different. And then down here,
traditional, but a little different.
right. Down here, we have jalapeno, spicy deviled eggs. And then up here, we have cheddar bacon ranch deviled eggs.
Oh, bro.
I told Martelle, I was like, we should just mail one to each of the guys. They'll get it, like Patrick will get it in 24 days, but yeah. So I've been talking to Martelle about doing deviled eggs. He likes deviled eggs, and I swear Beth makes the best. And he's finally off his challenges and his whatever.
I could have eaten deviled eggs during the challenge deal.
There's a lot of like sugar.
By the way, I'm down 17 pounds.
You look svelte.
Ooh, all right.
I dropped 17 pounds in 6 weeks.
I
and
dropped
13 pounds of fat.
I dropped 17 pounds this morning in the toilet. So, Patrick, I saw you make a motion when I mentioned jalapeno deviled eggs. Not a fan of jalapeno?
No?
No?
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Well, I mean, you're British. You guys, conquered the world stealing spices and then decide not to use them, so that's fair.
Jalapenos is just one of the ones you just don't want to eat.
I'm part of a stupid Facebook group where I share a lot of dumb food pictures, and it has to do with beans all the time. And all of the British people talk about how good beans and toast is. Is that pretty common?
Oh,
It's a breakfast.
Baked beans on toast. Baked beans on toast. Mate, love it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try it. I love toast and I love baked beans. So
It doesn't sound terrible.
No. It's just like
Easy.
every British person on there is like, you Americans don't know what you're missing. I'm like, I've had baked beans. I've had toast. I feel like I can.
No, you combine it. If you want to spice it up, add a bit of cheese on the top as well.
Oh, man. See, that sounds good.
Yeah,
American cheese?
That ain't cheese. As an American, I will say that's not cheese.
You want a nice, mature cheddar.
I would agree. I agree with Patrick on that one.
Yeah, I'm a pro.
I just had
I can deal with cheddar.
Which egg did you just eat?
I just ate the jalapeno one. That is damn tasty.
You did the jalapeno? Okay.
Hell yeah, I did.
Beth got mad at me because I bought the wrong kind of jalapenos, so we'll see how this one is compared to what I know.
I enjoyed that. I figure we'll just eat through these real quick and then get on to the drinking.
Not bad. Good flavor. Good little kick to it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's different than what she said, go get jalapenos. She meant fresh jalapenos. I bought jarred jalapenos, slices. She uses fresh jalapenos, usually from my grandparents' garden. But yeah, those were good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Which one are you trying now?
Sure.
Sure.
That's good. I like it.
Which one was that?
Traditional.
Traditional. All right.
I like the jalapeno one better than traditional.
Well, yeah. I knew you would.
Traditional is a little sweet. A little sweeter than I like. Jesus.
I know these two here.
It's no wonder that you're the size you are.
I am actually down about 16 pounds now. Thank you very much.
I'm just saying, this is good.
Because she can cook.
Right.
That's my problem. She said, we're going to do tacos. Last night she wanted to do tacos. So I'm like, oh, we'll do some ground beef, traditional tacos.
Yeah.
No, she did like this, sauteed something amazing pork, more like fajitas. Like this high-end pork we had from a pig we raised on the farm. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh, dude, it was so good. I was so full.
That bacon one's good, too.
Cheddar bacon ranch. Got real bacon on it.
Dude, that's dope, man.
That is thick cut honeywood. Honeywood?
Honeywood, yeah.
Is that a thing? No. No. He said no.
No.
But it's
Isn't that Applewood?
Applewood, thank you. Smoked bacon.
It's peachwood.
Peachwood. It's nannerwood. Smoked bacon.
Maplewood.
That's really good. Those are really good. We'll finish those up after the show.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, dude.
Anyhow. Yeah, so the Arnold was... I'm going back to the Arnold real quick. So the Arnold was good. It was... So CrossFit Endeavor and Endeavor Self-Defense and Fitness, they basically put on that whole Arnold gathering. So it's just a CrossFit competition is all it is.
Yeah. So Endeavor put it all on now? They're pretty much over it?
For the CrossFit portion, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So we did that.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
Yeah, it's
right?
Aaron. It was Aaron and Rob and AJ started doing it, and then at one point the Arnold didn't want CrossFit even there.
I don't blame them at all.
And I don't know what the issue
then
was.
You have to hear about how many people do CrossFit all the time. And
No, not anymore. That's
see all the shirts that are like, eat vegan, I do CrossFit, and I'm better than you. And
I feel like that's cyclists and vegetarian and vegans and vegetarians. I'm vegetarian. I don't eat meat.
CrossFit is the vegan of
How often do I walk around here going, look at me, I CrossFit?
You have a CrossFit-based hat on right now.
No, I don't. It's a lifting hat. It says barbells.
In ponytails.
In ponytails. That's not CrossFit.
Was it at a CrossFit competition? Was it at a CrossFit gym?
No.
Okay.
It was hat that I saw on somebody down in Myrtle Beach, and I went, I wonder where they got the hat. I looked it up.
I'm thinking of your barbells and boobies shirt, maybe.
Yeah. No, I just looked it up and then ended up buying one because I liked it.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, yeah, so
Look
it
at
was...
Jason's hair, man.
I know.
swear.
I love it.
It's long now.
I love it.
You are the Just for Men touch of gray model.
I am. But I don't want to diet. I'm just going to leave it.
No, don't diet.
I'm not going to. That's too much, dude. That's
Not
too
only
much
that, I mean, like, how superficial do you have to be to go, oh, my hair's graying, I better dye it so people think I'm cool?
No, I like
Like,
it.
I've
I like
never-
the gray hair look.
Yeah.
I may have to start
dig it.
dyeing
look
my
at
hair.
My hair and beard are graying, and people are like,
Salt and pepper gets the chicks, man.
I know.
No matter how old you are.
George Clooney did it starting at like 28.
Oh, yeah.
I want salt and sandy, but I'll never get that.
Nah,
It's blonde hair and white hair,
you're just dirt and clay.
pretty much. Just a pile of shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this year,
The grey thing isn't working for me. I'll just say that.
Not doing a thing. It's not in vogue in the UK.
it will be. You guys will come around to all the trends in the U.S. eventually.
That's right. Yeah, eventually you'll learn.
No, they won't, just based on principle. They're still angry 250 years later. They're still mad about some tea bags going into the harbor.
Teabag in the harbor. So but all the vendors were there. We did. I contacted dude and I said, hey, do you guys have any extra passes left over? I want to come down to the Arnold for a day. And he's like, just sign up to volunteer. I'm like, well, I don't want to judge.
Yeah, you don't want to work.
I said, and I don't want to do equipment because I'm lazy. I said, I don't want to judge because I don't want to count, and I don't want to do equipment because I'm lazy. He's like, just sign up to be on the media team. He goes, and you'll sit with us and do the live stream stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So I ended up going down there, and come to find out, they didn't have a photographer. And I was talking to Jason Feinstein, and he's like, we're just going to, we all have iPhones. We're just going to take pictures with our iPhones. And I'm like, no, you're not. I got my camera. I'll do all the photography shit. And he's like, nah, you don't have to do that. I'm like, no.
You were like Ron
I'll do
Burgundy when he pulls the flute out of his sleeve. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared. And
I wasn't prepared.
Camera
Like,
case.
pulled a camera out of my ass.
Long lens.
So I did all the photography stuff and was talking to dude about it because he's the one who heads up all the media shit. And he's like, no, you're coming back next year.
Oh, there you go.
He's like, so I think I dubbed myself the director of photography.
Yeah.
And now I'm
That's what I would do.
coming back as the photographer, which is awesome. And I was wearing.
Did you
What's up?
Did you feel physically inferior when there was ladies lifting more than you?
Oh no, I found it was hot as hell.
I was going to say, he probably got turned on.
I watched.
Martel's the kind of guy that likes to get lifted up by his woman.
I watched this chick. She was probably 5'11", probably weighed in somewhere like around the 140. Clean and jerk 185 pounds with ease. I was just like, "Hey, sweetheart,
He's what we call
let me see them abs."
Martell is
like,
what we
holy
call
shit.
a submissive in America.
There is a position in sex called the Amazon position. Go ahead and look that up, listeners.
Mom, don't.
Do it, Sharon. Do it. But I was wearing the other day. I was wearing one of your old Speed Shop shirts, and dude saw it, and he's like, "Man," he's like, "Jason always had really good designs." He's like, "I really miss the designs on his shirts."
Yeah, dude shirts suck.
They're all right.
I did like his team name.
I need to get back into doing that, man.
Yeah, so there was a compliment on your old gym shirts, which then I had to break out like all of your old gym shirts from like Reaction
They got
all the way
better
through
over
Speed
time.
Shop. I was just like, this is awesome. I have damn near every. The only one I don't have is a.
Martel's that guy. Somebody compliments him and he's like, "Look at my collection."
Do you have the one with the truck on it?
No, I don't. Do I?
If you
That
have
one
some,
and the skull one were two of the ones I thought came out really good.
If you have some of
I have
those
to
left
check. I
over,
think I do.
Jason, if you could send me 3 so I can stitch them together and make one that'll fit me, I would totally.
Dude, I don't even have any, like, none. I would always try to order enough, and then I would just usually give them away to people. So, like, I don't have a single Andre who has any shirts at all.
Well,
He's down at the 7-Eleven just throwing them out.
since November of last year, Liz has lost like 30-some pounds.
Yeah, she's lost
Like
a lot.
November of 2020.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's 2
No,
years ago.
November of 2019. Sorry.
That's 3 years ago. 2.5.
2020. Yeah, 2020. Sorry. So she's lost like 30-some pounds. She had one of your shirts out, and she's like, I don't know what to do with this shirt from Speed Shop. And I'm like, well, you give it to me. I said, because she's going through and getting rid of like all these shirts she can't wear. I'm like, you go ahead and give that to me. I said, I'm going to hold on to that. I said, you're not getting rid of that shirt. And then I put it on.
Just say he does the same thing with her lingerie though. So that's
I do.
nothing new.
I do.
I mean, hey, whatever works, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't
2
matter.
consenting adults. You know.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, man. I got rid of all that artwork that I did, everything. Like when I shut everything down, I just kind of like cleaned house. I don't know why, but like, yeah, I got rid of all that shit.
Yeah, it was probably freeing though.
It was good at the time, but every once in a while, like I'll see somebody wearing the shirt or something like that, and I'm like, man, I wish I had some of those. But...
Usually it's me because I think I wear it 3 times a week.
yeah, yeah, it was good to kind of make that a thing of the past. So, but I kind of miss doing the shirt stuff. I think maybe with some of the things I would probably like to do with the racing stuff, I might try to create some other ones, do some kind of branding for something and similar, even if it's just not much of anything, So
Yeah, definitely get back into it. You were good at it.
yeah, I miss it.
You were good at it. I think I'm bringing back the Fit United after this weekend as well. But it's not going to be a calendar site anymore just because that doesn't work. Randy is shaking something like he's got maracas, silent maracas. The fuck are those?
What is that, Grey Poupon or something?
It's going to be something disgusting because it's in a tiny jar from probably...
This I just saw on a shelf at a liquor store.
It's going to be gross.
Oh, boy.
Thought, well, Martelle won't like this, so let's get it. So
Are they both the same?
they're both the same. Yep, one for you, one for me. Because they're basically.
Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine banana pudding.
My brother would love that shit.
I love banana pudding, so yeah, I saw this. It's only 35 proof, real low proof.
It smells awful.
It probably smells like bananas, I'm guessing.
No, it doesn't even smell like bananas.
Yes, it does. It smells like banana pudding.
Oh, just go ahead and take that to the face.
You're going to hate that.
Nope.
You're
Nope.
going to hate that.
Nope. Nope.
Dude, I
Don't
love
want to
it.
waste it.
Nope.
Randy's sound effects are incredible.
You're about to hear more because I've had this stabbing pain starting about 30 minutes before I drove here, starting in my riblet, like right under the left moob.
Yeah.
And it's just gotten worse. And I've been trying to like ignore it, but it's not going away.
You probably need to do yoga or stretch.
I started exercising. I did not drink anything, not a single drop of anything, since last Saturday till now.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's a new trend I'm trying called not being a fat alcoholic. But yeah, man. Today I woke up fine, and now I've got this like I don't know if it's a heart attack, but my heart's all the way down beside my lung.
It's probably your appendix.
You're not just like cramping up, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, maybe.
Drink enough water today, bro?
No, dude, no. I never. Don't they say you have to drink like they say half your body weight in ounces or something?
Yeah.
You know how many ounces that is for me? It's like 437 ounces.
Get to it.
That's a lot of water.
So what else you got in that bag that you said you didn't know if I was going to like or not?
Well, I don't know if either of us will like it, but I saw this whiskey.
But why are you buying
Buying what?
something that you're like, I don't know if either one of us are going to like it, but I'm going to spend $40 on it.
Why did you buy anything you bought that you've never had?
Well, I usually buy the small bottle first.
They don't have a small bottle.
Oh, fuck.
This
What is that?
is
It's clear.
It is clear. It's called Tada. I'm trying to get to the camera so they can see.
Ta-da.
This is from M&O Spirits here in Ohio.
I'm going to hate it.
4 times distilled whiskey. So this has been distilled 4 times, and that's what intrigued me about it.
It's clear.
I didn't say it was aged 4 times. I didn't say it was aged 4 years.
I was gonna say it's aged. It's not aged at all.
It's not aged. It's distilled 4 times.
All right. Well,
So we're going to see.
this is gonna be a good mixer.
Probably. That's kind of what I'm guessing. Especially for you, because you don't like moonshine, straight whiskey,
No.
corn whiskey.
'Cause if it's a clear whiskey, it's moonshine. It's not whiskey.
Well, right, but isn't moonshine just whiskey? It's just unaged whiskey, right?
Yeah.
And potentially lead to blindness.
Maybe. But if that happens, then we get to sue them. We'll be blind, but we'll be rich. Kind of like Stevie
Sign me
Wonder.
up.
Sign me up. Right. I'm blind, so somebody
If
has
you're
to
rich,
take
you
care
could
of
probably
me.
figure out how to get sight somehow.
Bionic eyes.
You know, yeah.
You ain't going to have any more after this? That's a very little sample.
I went ahead and I smelled it and I poured based on the nose.
That actually smells like a good corn whiskey. It's an American corn whiskey right there.
You're right, it does, and I don't like it.
You don't know that you don't like it.
It smells like that shit I gave you that came in a jerry can.
Stillhouse.
Whatever.
Yeah. It does smell like that. And it came in a tin can that looked like a gas can.
I mean, it's better than that, but I'm still not a fan.
No, that's not bad. It's a corn whiskey, you can tell,
No,
but that's
yeah.
not bad.
You can have that.
It's not that bad.
Does it, Martelle, does the taste rival licking your own feet?
I don't know. I think I might rather
Wait,
lick
you-
Randy's feet than
you
drink
guys,
this.
You guys can see your feet?
Yeah, you have some. They're down there.
great.
Oh, there it is. I can see it when I'm sitting down.
The snow just picked up again too.
Oh, it did. Jeez. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah, give me some of that. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I like this though. What would you rate this M&O? Honestly, 2. That's not as bad as I thought.
It's not. It's. I mean,
I would also give it a 2. I would say it's something unique to try. It's not aged, which
it's not aged,
is why.
but it's
I feel like
distilled
if
4 times, which I don't know why you would waste the money distilling something 4 times, but
Well, it's
mean,
selling, so
to each
apparently
their
they're
own.
Well,
okay.
it's
by the sound of it, they need to try distilling it 5.
yeah. They should distilled 10
Let's
times.
run that through once more, please.
Gonna be awesome.
Can't figure out why they didn't. They had to distill it 4 times because the first 3 times they tried, it tasted like shite.
Yeah, it tasted like the bottom of
No,
Randy's
I've
feet.
actually tried M&O's whiskey straight off the still, which they use a doubler, as I recall. So when you run it, it's technically run twice with a doubler. So they probably only ran this twice through the still with a doubler. As far as corn whiskey goes, it's a good corn whiskey. I think it'd be a good mixer. It'd be a good base for it.
Yeah, it'd be great for hairy buffaloes.
What's a hairy buffalo?
It's where you just get a bathtub and just fill it all kinds of liquor and juice and everything else. Throw a bunch of fruit in there and then
prison punch.
whatever.
Like whatever you find.
Yeah.
The kids nowadays are calling it getting schmacked.
Smacked.
And
Smacked.
Yeah.
Fact.
I've never heard
They'll
that.
just fill they'll use all kinds of different like sweets, like Skittles, jellied sweets,
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that, and then just literally launch as many different spirits in there. A couple of quarts of fruit juice.
We should do that with like really expensive bottles of whiskey right into one barrel.
Just start with Blanton's.
Just like bottles
See,
of
back-
Blanton, Happy.
Back in my day, it was Zima with a Jolly Rancher in it.
You do that, Martelle, and I will come to America and find a gun.
And enjoy. You don't need to find one. You can go to any corner store and get one. Apparently,
I popped to Walmart on the way from the airport just to,
I mean,
One of these.
I got a couple of them. Randy's got one on him. I got a couple.
Got
Of
one
them.
right here. Martell's about 3 feet away.
Get off the plane.
What's that?
I said, flying to Texas, they'll probably give you one when you get off the plane.
It's a requirement.
Well,
Or even
well,
here.
you show them the passport, the ESTA. They say "Welcome to America" and give you a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear right now if you go to the Ukraine, they'll give you 2.
and a rocket launcher.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing cooler to me though than seeing the president. We talked about it. I think,
We talked
last
about
time. The Ukrainian president played the Ukrainian president on a TV sitcom, then got elected, and now
The
he's
hell of a way to get a
defending.
job.
Yeah, and now he's actively defending himself against Russia, and all these citizens are like, "Yeah, we'll fight." Like that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's like, "Oh, you're giving out free rifles? Hell yeah, we'll fight against the Russians."
Love it. I love it. All right, so I've switched. We're drinking Blade and Bow now, which
Blade
is
and Blow.
Boop. It's good.
What key number you got?
I don't know. I don't even pay attention. I actually have decided I don't necessarily like this bottle anymore.
It's got
So
a
I'm just kind
taste to
of
it. Yeah.
drinking through it so that I can get back to
I think I have key number
some of the other
2
stuff.
at home.
I don't know where
2
the
or
fuck's the
3.
number at.
I don't like this one, so I'm just going to finish it really quickly to get onto something
Yeah.
rather than just going, I don't like this one. I might just leave it sitting in the cupboard, see if it matures, and get onto something I like.
Oh, this is a year old at this point.
Yeah, this is matured.
This is matured. We're at a year old at half a bottle.
Just house it.
So I liked it.
Actually.
So this is basically a revisit. I liked it better new and fresh out of the bottle than letting it sit. Because while I always let stuff sit and oxidize, but I liked it better right out of the bottle as opposed to letting it sit and oxidize. So I would probably drink this pretty close to within the first 2 weeks of buying it.
I would say that's one that once you open it, just kind of make that your thing until it's gone.
Yeah,
whatever you're whether you're mixing, whether you're drinking neat on the rocks.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, when we first opened, I really liked it. It's got a cool bottle.
3.
Oh, I think I have 2. It comes with these little keys, 1 through 5, I believe, kind of like the Blanton's horsey corks. But yeah, I think it was better the first time we visited it. Now, when I bought a bottle of it, that became like when I open a bottle, that's usually what I drink until it's gone.
Yeah, I open all my bottles.
So,
pretty
right.
much.
So I liked it, but I think it was better then than it is. It's not bad now.
No, it's not bad. I just liked it better than before. I think I've got like 17 open bottles downstairs.
Jay, when was the last time you opened a bottle and drank it in short sittings?
I mean, I have a few in the kitchen, but not all of it. I mean, I got a couple going on, but not 17.
Well,
Amateur.
I let Andrea make whiskey sours for me. She does a good job, and I don't want to fuck it up, so I just let her do it.
What's it like being rich and having to serve it?
Please.
Oh, my drinks are made for me.
Well, that's the one thing I asked her to do.
It's kind of like the deviled eggs. Liz was like, "What's in these?" I went, I don't know. Beth makes them. I don't touch them.
He bought a trophy wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I don't know somehow I slid into that one. Man.
He stole a trophy wife.
I did. That's true.
Did you just say I don't know how I slid into that one?
Yeah.
In reference to your wife? Apparently, we didn't have a talk with Jason. Teach him the birds and the bees.
So, all right. So, on this revisit, I'm at like a 3.
I would give it I'd say a 3.
Patrick's like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah. He's going to get more prune juice.
I'm looking in the cupboard to see if there's a bottle.
But, so Jason's got news, though.
Uh-oh.
Things were announced last week, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
What else
it's
did
gonna
you
be
slide
cool,
into?
man. Yeah. Just happened to slide into something else. So, yeah, no, it's going to be cool. Next Monday, I'll be leaving to go to Sebring to race with IMSA this year. So it's going to be – it's unbelievably wild how different everything is from what I was used to the way that some of these teams are, obviously specifically Hardpoint, the way they do stuff is just the amount of information, the prep, everything's like unbelievably professional, and it's insane. Like we had a video call this morning on stuff just to talk about like pre-race things, just like logistics and getting around the paddock and information and different stuff like that. But it's unbelievable. It's been really crazy to like get used to it.
So for those that don't know, Jason has moved teams. He switched teams and switched racing divisions.
Yes.
So he's gone from his previous team in SRO to Team
NASCAR.
Hardpoint.
Praise Dale.
Well, NASCAR does own IMSA, but
He started drinking Busch Light. He's grown a mullet.
yeah,
And now, he's kind of into his cousin.
yeah, I'll miss my.
What are you doing, Patrick?
I just saw British nipples.
I was making sure
Oh.
Burton Lumber left the building.
I don't know Burton Lumber, but to be honest,
I'm gonna miss my buddy Jeff this year, but the guys we have driving for us are really cool. The one guy's, I think he's like 43, and the other kid's like 22. They're both had multiple championships under their belts, and One dude he's super funny, so hopefully you guys will get to meet them. He's actually a caddy at Pebble Beach, and that's his like regular gig, and then he does a lot of race driving, like coaching and stuff for Skip Barber.
The 22-year-old?
No, the 43-year-old.
Well, either way,
what's it
imagine
like
just like
that's like
caddying at Pebble Beach, one of the most famous golf courses in the world. And then, like, I do this, and I also race.
yeah, and I drive.
It's been like a thing of his, man, where he's like a really just have always wanted to race cars, and so I think he's been driving for the last 5 years or so.
Jeez.
But he's super cool, and then that's how he met. So that the sponsor, that our primary sponsor, well, it's kind of two. The guy that there's a company called Logistics. I don't really totally understand what they do. It's something about they help law firms or something like that. I tried to look him up one day to get an idea, but
it's a drug front.
His primary thing. But he runs these charity organizations for different things, and so the one that we're using in the racing is the Racing and Alzheimer's thing. So
wait.
So that's been super cool to actually like see how different sponsorship stuff and everything is in IMSA versus the way it is in SRO. But then to have a sponsor like that, because then people have the option you can donate any amount of money you want, but if you do at least $250, if you have somebody that you want remembered on the car, or obviously like honored if they're still alive, they'll put that on the car for the whole season.
So for $250, we can put Buckhorn Podcast on the car.
We do not have Alzheimer's.
They have to be affected by Alzheimer's.
I have short-term disability.
First off, both of us have like brain injuries.
I've got short-term memory issues, but I don't have Alzheimer's.
Well, my wife's grandma did. So what if we put Buckhorn Podcast in loving memory of?
It's just the person's name.
It's just their name and hometown. Yes, you could not. So you can donate, and the cool thing is that they match it. So Logistics will match everything. So basically, every person's name is $500 toward the charity.
That's awesome. Yeah. I like that.
And the car looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
It's really cool. And I'm not a purple guy, but like the car looks cool as shit, man.
Yeah,
but we're gonna put all the names on when we get to the track next week.
Nice.
So we're gonna do all that stuff, and then you can. So obviously, like if somebody paid by the deadline, which I think was 2 days ago, they'll obviously have it for every race. But like if you miss a deadline, you can just pay, and then the next week it'll be on the next one. So it's just like the longer somebody were to go, or if they didn't know about it, you just.
Well, I was going to say, once it starts racing, though, it'll probably get more attention. So hopefully that'll lead to more donations.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of cool. Like if you go on the website, you can see everything. You can see the whole story behind it. The guy's name I think is Philip Prangs, is the one who owns Logistics, and he runs this charity, and his wife had it. So he started this thing to kind of help, fund how to get rid of it. And so he has this car that is stickered up like the race car, exactly the same. And then he travels around with that thing and does I think different conferences and speaking engagements and stuff to help raise awareness and money for it. And
that's awesome.
So it's really cool. To kind of have a purpose behind the car this year and things like that. So the team is super, super cool. Everybody's really, really nice. So it's going to be real cool to kind of see how things are. And from everything I've heard because there's obviously like different classes and series within all this stuff. And now they added, I think it's called WEC. I don't remember if it's like World Endurance Championship or something like that. So now that's a whole nother thing on top of it. So like this race, it's really the second race of the year because they already did Daytona, but this is the Sebring 12, which is a crazy long. This is like the 70th year, so it's a long historic race or whatever. But so that place is, I guess, going to be packed with just teams and cars and fans, and it's supposed to be like some kind of crazy wild deal. So it'll be interesting.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And so the car you're working on is a Porsche Cayman GT4 RS Club Sport, correct?
Yep. Yeah, it's a brand new version for this year.
Yeah.
I've got two of those.
Yeah, well, they come in at a staggering, super cheap, find the change in your couch, $229,000.
But you can finance that in America for 84 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
For just a couple pennies down.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Bring in your Clash for Clunkers.
That's right.
Bring in your 1987 Pontiac 6000 and trade in for one.
I am actually a huge fan of this car. This is what I've been trying to convince Liz that my next car needs to be a Porsche, and I've been looking at the Caymans.
I actually saw 2 Porsches.
They're very
today.
cool cars, man. It's really wild to see because I mean this car is basically a street car, but they obviously put a cage and a lot of things for that specifically for motorsport.
Yeah,
but
Don't say it's basically a street car.
Yeah,
no, it is. It is.
There it is. Patrick's got it on the screen.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, it's
I don't
beautiful.
know whether the wheels are actually going to be purple or not. They were like a anthracite color, like that dark, like gunmetal gray. But I don't know. So I'm not sure how far that's going to go into it or not. But either way, it'd be pretty dope.
It's
but
a sick-ass car.
Yeah.
Porsche sends those cars over to Manti Racing over there, and then they do them up, and then they send them out to the customers. So, I mean, the car has a key, like it's like that's just how it starts. So
which is crazy for a race car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I worked at the dealership. So I used to work at a Porsche dealership, and we would have customer cars. Like they'd order cars. So you'd order like the 911 GT, the GT3 or the GT4. They'd come in with roll cages. I mean, it is literally a street car, and you can just customize it through Porsche to get what you want.
You just made me think of something. I think
for the track.
I think I would like to ask the collective we have here because of the guys we have on. Me and my car buddies often talk about if we hit the lottery, like if money's not an issue. Say you come across $1 billion, $1 trillion, just unheard of money.
Yeah.
What are the top 5 vehicles you would buy?
Patrick, go.
I'm really interested because Patrick, being from the UK, may be very different than us. It may not. I don't know. What are your top 5, Patrick?
Piaggini Zonda.
A Zonda, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Aston Martin Valkyrie.
I love that.
You're really going wild.
$1 billion.
Money's nothing.
Yeah.
Money's nothing to you at this point.
Yeah.
A Rimac.
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, what's that?
You have to pull that up and show us.
The Rimac is the company that actually do all the battery and power packs for all of the new supercars that are full electric, and they do their own full electric one, and it's beautiful.
Huh.
And it absolutely goes like that. It's instant power.
Instant torque, right?
They are special. So what's that? That's 3 or 4.
That's 3.
That was 3. Oh, that is a nice looking car.
Probably a top end Range Rover.
Yeah,
because I'm
pretty
British.
Cool. That's your daily driver, right?
Uh-oh. What happened there?
Can you see my screen?
I can. It's sideways for me, but so that's 4, Patrick. What's your 5th?
Did we lose Patrick?
I lost everybody's sound.
I got Jason and Martelle.
All right, let me do that. Can you guys hear me now? There we go.
I've lost Patrick.
Are we there? What the hell? Oh, never mind. There it goes. Stupid fucking technology. I went and did a share screen. I tried to share the screen, and it muted the microphone.
Done. All right, Patrick.
I don't know. I was trying to bring up the Remax so that you guys could see it. I was just going to share the screen across all of us.
I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I couldn't see anybody anymore.
Yeah, never mind. The Remax looks good. That's what I was saying. So what's your 5th one, Patrick?
I think.
He no headphones.
Patrick, you there?
Nope.
Way to go, Martelle.
I didn't do it.
You did do it. You absolutely did. You're in control here.
Did Patrick get muted somehow?
I don't know.
No. We can't hear you.
Daggone it, Martelle.
I know. What is wrong with me?
Freaking amateur.
Try to do stuff and, to make life easier with technology, and it just completely baffles
Can't hear
the
him at
thing.
all.
Nope. You're silent. Can you hear us?
How we going?
There he is.
Yeah, no, well, your screen sharing played with all the settings on everyone's computers.
Yeah, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Dummy.
All
All right, so we got your top 4, Patrick. What's your 5th?
I thought you said Range Rover. Can you say hi, I'm Range Rover? No.
That was his 4th.
Oh.
I heard that. That was a big sigh.
Yeah, you're good with those 4.
I've taken Audi RS4.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Although all you did was give me shit about owning an S5 and an A4, so All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
let's be honest. The RS is a kind of different level there.
So is the S5. The S is different than just your
No,
standard run of the mill.
The S5s in the RS are a bit different.
Not 100 horsepower different. That's not that much.
Yeah, okay.
That's
bit different spec as well, but yeah.
That's like my
a little bit wider bodies.
My
No big deal.
1992 Toyota Tercel was the same as a Supra back in the day too.
No, that's
Actually,
completely different.
I'll take that back. I'd buy one of those big pimp-ass Cadillacs that he's got.
Oh,
the
that
Lincoln.
gigantic 42-foot land yacht that he
The
drives.
Lincoln I got, yeah.
Yeah,
Zero turning radius.
There's a guy.
Drive down the road and marry Celeste.
You couldn't drive
I'll
that
say
anywhere in England.
There's a guy in Germany that has a YouTube channel with one of those Lincolns just like mine, and watching him cruise around those tiny towns and villages it's really cool, I think. But
I'd be too afraid I would hit a building.
you can't do a 3-point turn. You get stuck. So Jason, what's your top 5 vehicles you'd buy?
That's so many though, like 5.
It's a lot because I haven't really paid attention to much, but like,
I mean, it's just kind of a. You guys don't have a top 5?
It'll have a Ford F-150. It'll go Ford F-150, Dodge Ram 3000.
the only Ford I would buy would be the Eleanor car, like one that was done up by that one.
The Shelby, the Cobra, the
Shelby.
Mustang.
GT500.
Yeah, from Gone in 60 Seconds. That's the only one that I would ever buy. If I
You want to buy a GT40?
No,
Really?
Yeah.
not even in the top 10.
It's not in my
I
top
would
5,
say-
but that's a sick car.
No, they're cool, but I don't.
No, they're cool. They only took on Ferraris.
Jason is
They're all right.
Jason's going to buy 5 Hellcats.
Jason's
or
going to buy a
demons.
Toyota Camry.
I would rather have a demon. I would do if it was going to be more of a modern car. I would like to have a demon.
Some days you just got to take a step back
So if
though and
you-
step into a Hellcat that only has like 600 horsepower instead of 900 horsepower.
I got to slow down.
Got to slow down.
So,
I would do the Eleanor car. Probably the one main car that I think I would really like would be one of the newer Aston Martins. I think they're called a Superleggera now. Like it's not I don't think they're Vanquish anymore.
Yeah.
So they took over the name from Lamborghini.
Well, I don't know. But I mean, that would be cool.
So
I
there's
still would
two.
like to have like one of those, like probably a fully restored, like old Hemi Challenger, something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
like Dom's car.
like a
Fast and
4-speed
Furious.
car. Yeah, something like that. But like really done up.
so that's 3.
McLaren 720S.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
So you
And I
get-
like the Ferrari 812 Superfast is pretty dope too.
So is that one of yours? Is that your 4th?
I think so. I think that would be.
So that's 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I haven't put a lot of thought into that.
If you're a billionaire, you can just have what you want anyway. So
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, you
right.
can just buy whatever, yeah.
capping it at 5 is not going to happen.
So,
I mean, I might buy a Huracan just because now having experience with them. I always hated Lamborghinis. I always thought they were just really weird and wide. But I think I would probably put one in my garage if I just had stupid money.
there you go. There's Jason's 5
So,
All right.
with his wide garage to fit his Huracan in.
Yeah. What
yeah.
do you
Or
got?
I guess maybe an Audi R8 might be better, but they're the same car.
For the yeah, basically.
You got stupid money. Might as well get the Huracan, get the
Just
name.
buy them all, man.
Yeah, right. My top 5, my number one vehicle I've always wanted, hands down, is a 1971 Hemi Cuda. The engine that NASCAR outlawed, the true Hemi Cuda, is my.
Yeah.
And you can't find it for less than 6 figures.
It just screams America.
It just screams. It don't matter where it's at or where it's from. That thing screams.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of that came from watching Don Johnson drive one in Nash Bridges growing up. But I love the 71 Hemi Cuda. My number 2 is a 3rd gen Camaro IROC Z. Not fast, not fancy, but my uncle was saving one when he got hit head on by a drunk driver and killed. So it's just always been like a nostalgic thing for me. My number 3 would be a Buick Grand National, the Corvette killer.
Yeah.
There was a Gen X or a GNX.
Yeah,
was,
the GNX.
was on Bring a Trailer.
Oh,
like
was
2-3 weeks ago. It went for $160,000.
Yeah, they're silly. A GNX especially is just ridiculous.
Right.
My 4th would be either a GMC Typhoon or Cyclone. Same as the GNX.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Grand National motor and either a truck or a little SUV. I don't know why. always thought that was a cool setup. Like, it's just
Yeah.
Well, we used to run with a guy who had the Typhoon, and he
Yeah.
only ran 101 gas in it.
yeah. So that would be
With
that would be
great
my number
flavoring.
4. It was, and my number 5. It always goes back and forth, but my number 5 would be a Boattail Buick Riviera.
All American, not one car in there
Man,
that's
that's,
going to run
not-
forever.
not-
That
one
is a very
supercar.
well tailored list there, my man.
Yeah, not one supercar, not one Lamborghini or Ferrari.
Yeah.
I like them all, but if I had stupid money, those would be the first 5 vehicles I bought before anything else. And then I'd like probably have like an F-150 for a beater driver, or like an old truck like I have had many
Yeah.
times before. But those
Did
are my
you
top 5.
pick anything that wasn't built outside of America?
No,
No.
they may have been. Well, some of them may have been built in Mexico at some point,
Mexico or Canada.
but no, they were all on
But,
the North American.
Now,
continent.
that being said, I do like the DB9 is still one of my favorite cars of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a Toyota WRC, a Celica WRC, love it. That and the MK4 Supra are 2 of my dream cars, but they're just not. They're just outside my top 5.
DB5.
I also like some
If you're gonna get a DB, it's the DB5
the 5.
in silver.
Yeah,
In silver.
in silver.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
he's like you're the billionaire, but you got to get it in this color.
no.
It's the James Bond car.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely foreign cars that I love, and I've driven in my life probably 50-50 American versus foreign of some sort. I've driven German cars.
I'll never buy
Japanese
another
cars.
German car again. Them things.
The Volkswagens. Depending on what, I'm not a big fan of the Volkswagens and BMWs. That's for sure. But
You just got 2 bad cars. That's all. With the exact same. You just had 2
same-
cars with the exact same motor with the exact same issue.
well, they both had different issues. That's the dumb thing about it. But yes, they were the same motors. But no, there are definitely British, German, and Japanese cars I love. But my top 5, I'm a classic car guy. I'm a muscle car guy.
They make a Lego of that.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, it's a great.
That.
Yeah, they have a Lego of that.
They're I was looking at Jaguars a couple months ago. I really like a few Jags.
After working at the dealership, I used to like Jags. There ain't a chance in hell I'd buy a Jaguar.
That's my biggest.
They're
fear
always
is-
breaking down.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of those
They're
cars have
Aston Martin.
reliability issues. So I love the looks of them, but I want to be able to drive it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sit and look at it all the time. Let's see, I'll go. So in no particular order, just because I would do a Ford F650.
just because
I
No
got
reason.
money.
You're like I just want to be able to pull my house off its foundation if I want to.
Right.
Yeah.
And they make a 6x6 6-door version,
Yes,
so
they
I might just go for that one. Just because it's obnoxious as shit.
Because
Yeah, big rig.
imagine driving that in England.
It'd be amazing. You can't go
I
anywhere.
was going to say you'd be able to basically go forward and backward. That's it.
That's
No
where the
turns.
Autobahn is, right? I can drive that down the Autobahn. No, so I'd probably just go with just your basic run of the mill 4-door F650. Number
Your
2,
run of the mill
Yeah.
4-door.
second, let's see. I'd more than likely go ahead and pick up an R8.
That's a good one.
Just get your basic R8.
Yeah, basic R8.
Yeah. Nothing, too fancy, just a shitload of
bottle
horsepower
down.
and all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It'd be great for the snow. That's my snow car.
You got a roof rack on it. You can put your skis on.
Yeah. They make those. Probably.
You can throw the kayak on top. I know a guy that owns a Dodge Viper, and he hauls his kayaks on the roof.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
He straps to the roof, drives it to the kayak spot, and hits the water.
Just because it's completely just the worst thing in the world to drive, just get a Countach.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Way too many blind spots to be able to actually you have to
can't-
open the door to back it up.
Yeah, you can't
So,
back it up.
Just completely non-functional thing on wheels.
But it
Get
was
that.
on a ton of posters on a ton of walls.
It was, and you can't drive 55. Well, now 65. We have to
You just can't drive.
we have to
65.
accommodate for inflation of speed limits. Number 4, I'd probably actually go with an Aston Martin DB9.
I love the DB9.
in British Racing Green with ox blood red interior.
Ugh. I hate red interiors.
I don't give a shit what you like.
Red interiors are the grossest interior. They look like they were manufactured by McDonald's. It's the ugliest interiors ever. I don't care what car it is.
It's dark red. It's not.
I know what it is. The oxblood red. It's still ugly.
You're insane.
Stop
That's fine.
bastardizing cars.
No. No.
I agree,
I'm a
Patrick.
billionaire and I can do what I want.
It's true what they say. It's true what they say. Money can't buy taste.
Right. No,
Patrick gets it.
it's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine with that.
I like the DB9. I don't like red interior on anything.
And then fourth car, let's just go with the Testarossa. Another iconic poster car from the 80s.
And that's the only song you would also play while driving.
Yes,
Ever.
on repeat.
On loop.
On repeat.
Yeah, the Testarossa is iconic too.
I like that.
Aside from the truck, you didn't name one American vehicle.
No, because I hate American cars for the most part.
I
I will never own another American car.
I love
They're
classic
shit.
American vehicles.
No, the only good American cars that they make anymore today are over $70,000, $80,000, not trucks that are actually worth the shit that run. Everything else fucking dies within 3 months after driving it off the lot, and then your warranties expire 2 months after you drove it off the lot.
I drove a 2008 Crown Vic Police Interceptor to 250,000 miles and made money on it.
That
was
was
the 4.6 liter that everybody always complained about.
that was an anomaly because every American car I've had I have nothing but problems with it.
My 99 F-150 with the 4.6 liter, and I drove 2,999 miles.
2,000 miles. That's all you're going to get out of it.
299,996 miles. I was 4 miles short of 300K and sold it with no rust and no problems.
My Toyota FJ has 280,000 miles on it, and I don't even change the oil.
That's less than, ain't it?
I'm getting there.
Working on it.
I mean, I don't do any maintenance on the car. Look at Patrick's face.
He hates all of this. My 96 Cherokee, I owned for 6 years, and I changed the oil 3 times.
Well, that's because you didn't drive it.
No, that was my daily. It's the only vehicle I owned. I drove from Circleville to Columbus every day to work on 31s with the lift kit. Never an issue.
Actually, I need to change the oil in the FJ. I do change the oil, Patrick, in the FJ. I do my regular maintenance.
No, he doesn't. He's lying.
I've got to do brakes and I've got to do oil, and that's why I'm not driving it right now because it's fucking cold outside.
Every time Patrick talks with us, he hates Americans a little bit more.
I know. It's solidifying my hold on.
It's a little bit that dies inside me every time.
I'm really trying to, I'm helping his progress to move here.
You know what? I would love nothing more than for all of us four throwing Mo. Let's all go visit like Civil War battlefields. Let's all go visit Revolutionary War sites. Let's go to Boston and just record all of it. Because I would love to get Patrick's perspective standing in these sites where there were these major battles fought and hear all the trash he has to talk about Americans. Because it cracks me up.
It'd be awesome.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. I love it. Like I said, I've got a few British friends here, and it's so fun to joke with them. But Patrick's like, he gives us the real deal. Like, here's how I feel. Here's how I think. My other British friend today is like, what are comedians that don't cuss a lot? I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, let's talk about that Tea at the Harbor thing. Like, you're living in Ohio. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the fact it snowed and it was 75 last weekend.
Yeah, Crimea River.
Well,
I can bitch completely. I got to just go on and on about
crap
weather.
He lives in England. It's always great.
It's warmer there than it is here.
Yeah, but it's like Seattle. It's always raining.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what happens when you build your city in an island in the middle of the ocean.
That's true.
Well, if we're from here, where are we going to build it? The fucking moon?
Yeah.
No, because you guys haven't made it there. Hi-yo! For all the land that England invaded and took over millennia ago, it's surprising.
Yeah, we kept the worst. We kept the worst one.
I was going to say, it's surprising how small it is and where they decided to stay. Y'all could have moved to a much better place.
Yeah, like someplace tropical.
Like America. And then,
some of them did.
Then ran away. Said no.
I think it was George Washington. He stayed, didn't he?
Lee Garrett. Patrick left. He's out. Oh man, I love this guy.
God.
Oh, he is Patrick. You are absolutely one of my favorite guests we've ever had on here. No joke. That's
Always a treat.
I sent him video a couple weeks ago of me rowing, and he was like, "That's absolute trash. Don't ever show that to me again. You've ruined my day."
I think I might use the phrase that offended my eyes.
he's over there like technical issues. Sorry, gotta go.
I didn't say I was the best rower or efficient at it. I'm just one of the better ones at the gym.
No, I think you used the phrase, I can row pretty well. I was like, no, you can't.
Well, hey, it's in the eye of the beholder. I can row pretty well. I just don't have form.
To be fair, though, Americans aren't as good at rowing because we didn't go back. We just stayed here.
We also weren't slaves on Viking ships.
That's true. We just made other slaves. That's a dark history. Yeah, America's kind of screwed up a whole lot. we kind of took
Just a little bit.
native land and then went and got other. So, anyway, back to how England's not good. That's what I've always loved history, be it American or world history. And then when I start talking with people actually about American history and bringing up facts, they get really uncomfortable because that's not what they were taught in school. Like, especially wild patriots, like the gung-ho, pro-Trump, build a wall, nobody come over here. And I'm like, yeah, but the problem is we were all immigrants that came and killed everybody and took their land. Like, and honestly, I don't know if any American that, aside from a native descendant that is pure blood, that is 100%
You?
one breed. No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
a
we
mutt.
know.
I'm a trashy mutt. But yeah, that's always been funny to me.
I'm from Canada, so it's fine. I came out of my family came out of France and Scotland and migrated through Canada.
That's
so.
what I'm smelling. But yeah, talking about a lot of world history and stuff. So speaking of which, Patrick, when I found out you were going to be on here, I wanted to ask you, how is this Ukraine and Russia thing affecting you all, and what are you experiencing there, hearing there, seeing there? Because
Well,
we're getting.
he's in England.
I know he's not in Ukraine, but he's a lot closer.
He's
to it,
on the
and
same continent
their
for the most
media-
part.
Their media's got to be a lot different than ours, and we're getting a lot of stuff from TikTok.
Their media is a lot different than ours because ours is run
Trash.
by big corporations that are
Right.
just out to
And
make
that's why I
money and for clickbait.
So obnoxious, man.
That's why I want his opinion and what he's seeing.
It appears Vladimir Putin is not a nice person.
I don't know. He's one of our listeners, so he can't be too bad,
That's a
right?
good way to, yeah, by the way, I meant to mention that. Vladimir, I know you're our only Russian listener. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop.
just knock it off.
You've gone senile.
That'll definitely take care of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll end it right there.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. Like the rest of the world, it's forcing fuel prices through the roof. It's a world problem, not a presidential one. I'm just going to say that.
What are your fuel prices over there right now? You can give it to me in pounds, and I'll just convert it.
I paid £1.58 a litre for diesel.
Okay,
You got to convert the price and liters to gallon.
it's fine.
Martelle will
You
do
ready?
this in his head. Go ahead.
It's about $3.95 a gallon.
Is that what you saw that down the road last week?
No, it's actually $4.09 last night.
Oh, man.
It's way more than that.
$10.
Patrick's looking it up now. Yeah, give us freedom units and freedom gallons because we're too dumb to.
What's funny is we call it imperial versus metric,
Yeah,
except they're the imperial ones.
you are correct.
Yeah, but we're also smart enough to realise that's a lot easier to just work out that when you just everything's 1 to 100.
It is.
It is.
Absolutely.
We will not argue that with you.
When I started learning the metric system back in elementary school, it was more of a why aren't we doing this instead of because it was a hell of a lot easier than trying to figure out how many eighths of an inch I needed for a goddamn socket or to measure something.
Like your penis.
Than saying it's just 10 millimeters,
Yeah.
which is ironically the socket that everybody loses.
Yeah.
Right, so 1 gallon, one US gallon, because you've got to have your own one rather than just a standard gallon.
Yeah, well,
is 3.7 liters.
Okay, so
you're paying
3.7 liters. You're paying, what do you say, 1.5 ish?
160 pound, £1.60. So, which is probably just over $2.
so $6 a gallon,
Yeah, about 6 a gallon, give or take, 5-6 a gallon.
which ends up being about the same price though.
Pretty close to here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you do all the converting and
Carry one.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the problem with our whole measurement system is if we tried to change it now, our country would dissolve.
It wouldn't.
There'd be another civil war.
It would not.
It's like there's a picture somewhere I've seen years ago where some country went from driving on the left side of the road to the right,
Well, that's different.
and there's a million accidents. Like it would take 3 generations for us to convert to the metric system.
That's fine. We should still do it.
I don't disagree. But if we did that today, imagine going tomorrow and seeing the gas price. You're like, oh, $1.60 a liter? That's awesome. And then you realize, wait, a liter's not a gallon.
It's not even close to a gallon.
I think we did we changed from imperial to metric when we joined the European Union in 80s, 90s. And everyone is just accustomed to it here, so it doesn't take as long as you think. Although we're European and not American.
We have some dumbasses here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that.
One of them,
Yes, you did. You
One-
wanted to. You were just too polite to.
at least, at least 2 of them are in this room.
I just did it in such a way I could lead you in a conversation where you say it yourself.
Here's the thing. You're right. Because we're dumb Americans. Here's the thing with not what the media shows, not what anybody else says. The vast majority of Americans, if we switch tomorrow to metric, and I went to a gas station and said $1.60 a liter, I'd just go meh, and I'd fill up till my tank was full and pay whatever I had to pay. Like it,
I would do the same
not.
thing.
I would not even try to figure out what was what. I wouldn't care. My yardstick and ruler would become collector's items. My tape measure would not matter.
Put them on eBay.
Right.
I do think it's really cool that you're still supporting North Korea by being one of the only few countries, along with North Korea, to still use pounds and ounces.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
know what?
I think
If you
it's
don't stand for
hold
something,
on.
you will fall for anything. Patrick.
How else are we going to sell our drugs efficiently?
It's true.
I think it's really good bit of solidarity between the USA and Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. I mean, when I go and buy my weed, I need to know how many ounces of weed I'm getting.
Yeah.
I
don't measure my weed in millimeters.
I need a dime bag,
How many kilometers of weed do I have?
Right.
4? I don't even know what that means.
I mean, I think you have to lay it out and figure.
They did tell us that we basically need to go by all metric for the season this year for IMSA. Everything they do bar instead of PSI for tires.
Oh, that's easy. That's only 3.5 bars is 12 PSI?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Two bars is 32 psi.
Well, there you go. See, it was way off.
He rolled his eyes. He's like, you fucking idiots. It's like, I can't believe I'm even talking with you guys.
I love having Patrick on.
But you're going to have to do, because obviously you work for a proper race team now, and they have a European car.
Oh, man.
Well,
Patrick needs to be a constant on our show.
We can make that happen. But
that's just the honest. Jason and myself have had this conversation. It's just the Reardon are a very say primitive in the way they operate.
That's being generous.
I don't know nothing about that.
I still do. At some points, I don't think they actually operate. But
So
do not.
this is what led me to another question, Patrick. If you had to buy, if you're a billionaire and had money's however much money's not an issue. What is the 1, 2, or 3, however many? But what American vehicles would you buy, if any?
you can say none.
You can say none. I'm just genuinely curious from somebody born and raised.
You got to make them say at least one.
That's the American way. They just force it.
Yeah. 1969 and a half Chevy Camaro.
If you don't say it, we will come invade your country and steal your oil.
We don't have any.
We know that's why you're still British.
Wow.
No, it's just why you haven't invaded. Yeah.
Fair,
So,
fair, absolutely fair.
probably the GT500 Shelby.
Yeah, it's such a good
Or
car.
no, just for shits and giggles, because it would look hysterical on the UK road here. Maybe HD Hummer.
Oh my God.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, you said the Lincoln, but yeah, the Hummer. I remember watching. So we watched Top Gear here. I'm not a fan of Jeremy Clarkson. I don't know why.
That's the old Top Gear.
That's the old Top Gear.
The new Top Gear sucks.
I haven't watched the new one because I heard it's just trash, so I didn't want to like. The old Top Gear is why I got into the DB9 because they showed it in such a great light and talked it up, and it was a really good episode that I watched on it.
Unlike the episode of what they did with Tesla.
I didn't see that one. I don't recall.
They
I didn't
bashed
watch
the shit
all.
out of it the first time around.
So Jeremy Clarkson took a Ford F-150 Lightning, which is meant to be a street truck, more of a race truck.
Yeah.
It's a rear-wheel drive, single cab, short bed, high power.
400 horsepower.
And then he took it to England and was complaining about how it performed on the tiny roads there, and then tried to take it off-road. And he started bashing trucks because it didn't perform off-road like he thought trucks should. And I'm like, you idiot. That's like taking a Lamborghini off-road. It's not going to.
But he took he took a Bentley off road and it performed just fine.
I know why he did.
He also put a lift kit
all-
on it and an
all
external gauge, and I
It's
would
all for
drive the shit
show.
out of that.
It's all for the show. But I like getting a true perspective from a true.
Well, if you have a truck like that in the UK, basically they're all commercial vehicles that go off road. It's like you would get the biggest direct comparison you'd have to something like a Ford F-150 would be a Land Rover 110 Defender, but as a crew cab.
Which just makes my
then-
case for buying an F650.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and I get looking at and talking to people from different countries. It is astounding here how the car market has become so truck and SUV heavy. There's very few cars being manufactured in 2021 or 22.
It's because they keep adding all the functionality from a car to a truck, and then you've got all the functionality of a truck, so why even buy a car at that point?
You're right. But here, well, so I picked up my boy from school yesterday, and he made a painting for peace, in the world, and they talked about the conflict in Ukraine. He's in second grade. So he started asking me, like, why don't... I tried to explain to him, Ukraine's a tiny country, Russia's a big country, they invaded, a lot of crap's going on. It's hard to explain to an 8-year-old, right? And he kind of went, well...
I did a pretty good job to my 9-year-old. I said, Putin's an asshole.
That's the way to do it.
she's going to turn out well. She'll only kill 17 people.
I'm fine with that.
But
It's not 20.
I was about to say that. That's acceptable at American levels.
That's fine.
But
You're only a serial killer if you get caught.
I was trying to explain to him how big the United States is versus a country like Ukraine. And I said, they're like when I said, when we go on vacation to Tennessee and it takes that long to drive. I didn't say the hours. I said, how long it takes to drive to Tennessee? That's 2 states away. We are 50 states, 48 of them together. I said, there are countries over there that you can drive past in that time. The time it takes us to get to Tennessee from Ohio. So I'm explaining all this, and it's just
Yeah.
Well,
England,
yeah.
we go around it.
Right. But yeah, it's like they're like people over in England can be like, yeah, I can be to Paris in this amount of time. I can be here, there, and you can see all these historical sites and all these cool things in different countries, different cultures.
By train.
Where, in America, by train, you can ride a bike.
I mean,
but like,
didn't we have a friend who backpacked across half of Europe? Didn't Lanassa do that?
Lanassa did, yeah. Yeah, he did. He backpacked, hitchhiked, trained, I think, did all kinds of stuff.
Stayed at weird hostels with smelly people.
Yeah, well, that's not too unlike being in America. You can stay with smelly people anywhere in Ohio.
Yeah.
But today's like, yeah, that's why I moved to Arizona. But no, it's just it's a different perspective, and talking to this is why I love Patrick, because I get a different insight. So that's why I asked him about Ukraine, because here I told my boy Huck, we are so disconnected, really, except for what we hear from the media or see on TikTok or YouTube or
We only know what
Instagram.
we're told.
Right.
Because we live in a
similar
dictatorship.
situation.
What's that, Patrick?
We're in a similar situation. We hear it's what we hear through
Right.
media outlets
Media.
and the media
Yeah.
outlets, and it's garbage.
But we live in a media dictatorship. Like,
Yeah, you have it where they're owned by private companies, whereas like we have the like state-funded news outlets, which are supposed to be impartial, and they are definitely not.
See that, and that's the thing.
Even if ours were government run, they would only it would be impartial to the current administration.
I was gonna say we know how our government runs.
Oh no, our one is pretty much anti the current administration.
Yeah, well,
I kind of wish ours was.
I'm pretty anti-government myself, but I got really ticked yesterday. My wife took in stuff for our taxes. We went whole no taxation without representation, and beat up the UK, and now we have taxation that is largely theft.
Three times over.
Yeah,
on the same product.
So,
like your house,
we took in the info on our taxes. Found out in 2020, I submitted my W-2s from 2019, so that's messed up. And this, that, and the other. Long story short, Beth was like, "Yeah, don't expect anything back because of this error that we didn't catch. The person that does our taxes didn't catch. It was an innocent error, but the IRS, quote unquote, didn't catch, and now we owe more. Might owe more. And it's all, to me, I get so tired of paying tax for earning money. Income tax to me, Tennessee doesn't have. Right. You should not get taxed for making money. You shouldn't
get taxed for making money or owning property.
I was getting to that. When you pay tax on, you buy this land, you built this house, you put in a pool, you get taxed on that stuff. You get taxed for your pool, you got taxed for your house, you got taxed for your land, and then you pay an annual tax.
And if you pay off your house, you still pay. You still pay property tax.
You bought that Audi, you pay tax. You sold that alley, it got taxed again.
Yeah,
like
got taxed on the sale.
Issue. Now Patrick's having some fun.
There he is.
He's like, all right, it's past 8 p.m. here. What is that?
It's a brown ale.
Well,
it is. This is from Cardiff. Brains is the brewery. SA is the beer. Brains SA.
You're drinking Brains?
Brains SA.
Yep.
Sorry, ass.
Got to get some somehow.
Okay. But anyway, there's
and
here's what I said too, because a lot of people, when I complain about, I'm part libertarian, part anarchist. When people hear anarchist, they think you just want like people being able to set other people's houses on fire. That's
chaos and murder.
That's not what anarchist is in a political sense. Anarchist is don't F with me, I won't F with you, and we're all good. If you're not bothering anybody else or their property, whatever. So you have this land out here, you have this house, you should be able to build a deer stand, a pole barn, whatever you want, so long as it does not affect the value of your neighbor's property or hurt them in any way.
And I can do that.
But not everywhere here we can.
Not everywhere,
but
here I can.
You can't collect rainwater in states in America. It's illegal to collect rainwater.
Right. I would still do that.
Asinine to mine. So when I start talking this stuff
why
about
they
America,
do that, though? You know why they say you can't collect rainwater?
Yeah, and I don't care. It's I'm about to get fired up.
They say it's government property.
Yeah, which it's not. But
no, because if you collect it for free, they can't charge you for supplying it.
Right. That's why they call. That's why they say it's government property, so you can't collect government property.
This all goes back to making your own, making moonshine. Why can't you make moonshine legally? Because they want money.
They want the money on it.
That's all it is. They want to tax it.
Yeah.
Why can't you grow pot? Because they want to tax it. It's all the drug.
Now in Ohio, can you?
You can to a certain amount.
I think in Ohio now you can grow pot up to a certain amount.
To a certain amount, but they want money. It's all the government.
Well, it's always a money grab. It's always.
That's my problem. And when people hear me talk about this, they go, "Well, if the Patriots, the praise Dale and raise hell, and let's get Trump to build a wall," which there's already a lot of a wall. The Mexican president sat on the wall during Trump's campaign and showed a video how you can walk around the end of it by the ocean.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But they get mad and say, well, if you don't like America, you can leave. I don't want to leave.
I do.
It's like, well, I'm not saying
I just want to leave because I want to go move someplace warm.
Well, that's fair. Like Florida. But
no.
Which it's not America.
Like somewhere in the Caribbean.
California.
Like my own private little island.
Puerto Rico. Also kind of governed by
No. Guam, no.
Well, nope, not Guam. Guantanamo Bay. Perfect.
England.
It's that's someplace warm. But no, my problem, my thing is there's stuff wrong with our country, and if we as Americans don't stand up and fight for it and say, hey, these are wrong, we need to fix them, we're not helping it. It's not that I want to leave my country necessarily. I would. Beth and I have talked about moving out of country, not out of state. That's how big our country is. We talk about out of state, like others talk about out of the country. Like, I'm going to move out of country. I'm going to Tennessee. But I said it's like, if my family has a member who has a problem in it, I want to help them and fix whatever's going on. It's not that I hate my country. It's just that I strongly dislike the problems with my country.
Oh, I don't hate the country. And
You know,
welcome
it's
to
like-
the Buckhorn Podcast, political podcast.
Which we never talk about. Yeah, well, when you have a British guy on, you kind of have to.
No.
You do?
Patrick said, "Nah, he don't care." He's like, "Yeah, America sucks. That's why I'm not there."
Although he wants to move here.
You know what, Patrick? I've never ever left.
No.
You do.
I've never left America, and I've only been west of the Mississippi River twice in my life.
That's
Sad, ain't it?
That's super
I've been to
sad.
Branson, Missouri when I was like 15, 14.
On your traveling carnival bus?
And then, nope, long after that. Traveling Carnival bus was when I was much younger, and the big trips I didn't go on.
Yeah.
And then I flew out to
Have you-
Arizona.
I was going to say, have you been further west than Dallas?
No.
Yeah, Arizona.
Once.
He's been Arizona.
When I was on Fat Guys in the Woods.
Yeah. I've been to Vegas. Vegas counts, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's west of Dallas.
I've been to California. I will never
Ironically-
go back to California. That place can fall off the fucking map for all I care.
Well, Northern California, I've seen pictures of that look great, but I'll just go to like Washington or Oregon.
I was in San
Be fine.
Francisco.
Yeah.
It was nice. But I don't.
I'm in Dallas in 3 weeks' time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
We're all like, hey. It's funny because the guy that says, yeah, you can cross England 6 hours says we're going to Dallas, and we're all like, that's only 14 hours from me.
It's a 14-hour drive. Let's go.
But better still, I'm going to Dallas. I am literally going for a weekend. I'm flying 10.5 hours each way for a weekend.
For a weekend.
To be fair, in America, we drive 10.5 hours for a weekend.
I don't. No, I will not do that.
I flew, so I didn't drive. But had I driven, which my aunt and uncle did, I flew to Destin, Florida for a Thursday to Sunday trip. So
That's different.
flying is. But
Yeah.
they drove it.
Yeah, I would not drive. Even when I plan to drive down to my sister's in Florida, I tack on 2 to 3 extra days because it is basically a 15-hour drive to get down to her house.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Yeah,
It's a day there and a day back, essentially.
My parents just drove to Florida, and it took them
I'm
like
flying.
16 hours.
You don't want to drive to
flying.
Dallas?
From England.
No,
I heard they're
wouldn't
building a
drive-
tunnel under the ocean.
I wouldn't drive from the very highly governed alcohol sales state of Ohio. I wouldn't drive from Ohio to Florida. I would fly.
So
I
the
agree,
reason
and that's why I flew.
The reason to drive from Ohio to Florida is so that you have a car there and you don't have to rent,
So you can bring booze back.
and you can bring shit back with you.
Well, here's the thing. So,
Well, I'm going down in April, so I'm going down to my sister's in April, and we're flying down this time. And I don't mind flying down. Like, I love to fly, but in order to take anything with me, so if I'm going to take probably 2 bottles of whiskey down with me for my brother-in-law, and in order to do that, I have to pack it in bubble wrap, plastic bags, hide it in my fucking luggage.
just
so
mail it down, dude.
No, I can't. Well, you're not allowed to mail liquor in Ohio.
It's not liquor. It's snow globes.
If they open up the bottle, it's
If
the
they
box.
open it, then they are breaking the
Then
law.
no, it's not, because you're legally not allowed to ship alcohol. That's not a shh. It's just you're not legally
It's only illegal if you get caught.
right. That's what I'm saying. But if
You know they sell alcohol in Florida.
yes, I know, but they don't sell. But the
we
bottles
know.
that I'm taking down, they don't sell in Florida. I'm taking him down bottles from Middle West Spirit, which is local here to Columbus. And they make their own whiskey, and they distill everything here. They barrel everything here. They don't get MGP, which is a huge distillery in Indiana, and that's where a lot of the whiskey comes from in the United States. They don't do any of that. They do all of their own stuff in-house. So I'm taking down a couple bottles with me because you can't get it in Florida. They're only in 38 states, and Florida's not one of them right now.
Florida sucks.
Kinda, yeah.
It does. Florida's nice to visit once every. I don't know. I went there when I was 12 and when I was 37. So
Well, I go down at least twice a year. So
we
Right.
did Disney when I
No,
was a kid, and a couple years ago.
One of my buddies, who Jason probably knows, Josh Hicks, medical. He's sending 12 quarts of moonshine to the wedding I'm going to.
So how many Freedom ounces is a quart? So is it legit moonshine? Because I was actually going to ask you this: have you ever had backwoods distilled moonshine?
Yeah. He actually makes it.
Nice. I'm glad you put his full name out there. Then now
you're allowed to make it.
Now the FBI not in Ohio.
No, well, he didn't say he lives in Ohio.
Fair enough.
He doesn't. He lives
He lives someplace else.
He lives in a state further down than you.
In certain states, not Ohio, you are allowed to make and own moonshine, your own moonshine
use.
for personal use. Even in Ohio, you can make it.
No, you can't. I just looked into it yesterday. Literally,
Are you sure about that?
Literally yesterday, I had a conversation with a guy who makes moonshine in Ohio, and had this conversation literally yesterday afternoon.
My unnamed friend from a tax-free state is
I need a tax-free state.
He makes some good stuff as well. He really does.
He's talking about Tennessee.
Yeah.
When you say south of you, tax-free state, that's Tennessee.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
But he said Josh Peck.
We know which mayhem CrossFit state you're talking about.
No, because that's something I looked into, because I was like, well, I can make some moonshine, just have my own spirits, and it'll cost a little less, not pay taxes on it, blah blah blah. And I had a conversation with a buddy who I know that makes moonshine, American old school style moonshine, and he was like, yeah, I make this, blah blah blah. I'm about to go from a 5-gallon still to a 20-gallon still. So what'd you find?
Okay, so is it illegal to produce moonshine without a proper license in Ohio? You can legally make moonshine in Ohio, provided you just apply for a license.
Yeah, you have to have a license. That's what I'm saying. You can't make back in the woods moonshine, sell it. You're going to get a license. You're going to get taxed.
Well, it's only a first-degree misdemeanor, which means you're only getting a slap on the wrist.
I'd rather have a slap on the ass.
Well, they just bend over before they hit you.
Turn around real quick. But yeah, it's no, you're right. You have to apply for a permit, which means it's not free to make and sell and distribute.
It's not free to do anything in the United States. Legally. I mean, technically, it's not free to do anything.
I feel like in Utah it is. Utah made weed legal first, and then everything after that seems like
Colorado did first.
Colorado. Utah's the main.
Yeah,
you can have
Colorado. Colorado's taken the legalization policy of the Netherlands, where if it's a problem, you legalize it, and then it's not a problem.
Well, Oregon took it a step further and made all drugs legal.
But
not just like weed and cocaine. They did heroin, meth, everything. Everything's legal, and they will provide you with the needle and essentially a butler to watch after you.
But from what I've researched, and it's been a while, a couple years at least, any country or state where that's happened, drug-related crimes have gone down.
Right.
So
yeah, because they used to. Yeah, no, but hold on. They used to class actually having the drug as a drug-related crime, so it's no longer illegal. So it's always going to drop.
Well, correct.
Yeah, because they're not charging anybody with anything.
But that brings back to the whole war on drugs. Reminds me of Prohibition. They put in Prohibition, crap didn't work, stuff was still getting done, and it got worse. They end Prohibition, and then people went, okay, and now you can go to a bar and get a drink and whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean this crap don't happen. It just means that there's a lot less
crackheads gonna crack,
quote unquote, crime, right? So yeah, you're right, Patrick. But this whole war on drugs in America thing that's been going on for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever, since the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
Reefer madness.
Has not worked. Especially marijuana. We have so many people in jail in America for pot.
Black people that smoke marijuana are going to take your white children.
Randy, I just want to bring you back to a point.
Playfully racist.
Randy, I'm just going to bring you back to a point, and it was a very valid point. You were definitely correct. Yes, I am right.
Yes. I'm going to name
man.
this episode Patrick is correct.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with
Always.
any of his always. He's like, no matter what.
Patrick is always correct.
You know, I mean, England's never had problems with racism or the KKK or anything.
Yes,
They're
we
just-
have.
Or stabbings.
Yes.
They just
Knife
invaded.
fights.
They just invaded literally every country on earth except America. Oh no, wait, they did that too.
Yeah, we were there for a while. We were there for a while. Realised it's a bit of a shithole.
Oh, that's it.
Rewriting history.
Yeah, the Brits didn't lose the Revolutionary War. They just went, no,
Yeah, we're done. George, you can have this place. Fuck it.
Once the French came in, we were like, yeah, if the French won it, we definitely don't.
Yeah, this place is going to be stinky cheese.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. I want to visit England someday. I really do.
I do too.
I want to visit England, Germany, Italy. There's a lot of places. My dad grew up traveling the world because he was a military brat, and he's talked fondly of his time in Germany and England and seeing some of the old sites, like legit hundreds of years old castles. And
Yeah. My plan is to get over to England in the next 5 years once the
Patrick showed off the castle he lives in. Yeah.
Yeah, my plan is to get over there in the next 5 years once
Yeah.
the before times
Hey Jason,
all that
why does
shit
your
ends.
house look so boring? Just a plain drywall wall behind you.
The nice, yeah. I mean, I got a door.
I know your house was built
a
the last.
printer.
I know your
Oh,
house,
look at that printer.
your house was built the last 14 years. Patrick's has lasted 300.
Those are pictures of Patrick on the wall back there.
They are.
I gotta finish the office, man. I gotta do this one up. It's all blank canvas right now, but I'm gonna
That's-
actually try to make it a man cave office.
What, you've been
I'm working
eating for a
towards it.
while and been quiet. What are you eating on?
Peanut
Me?
brittle.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Oh no, I was just eating like little
Cracker Jacks.
meat things and cheese and shit.
Goldfish crackers.
Yeah,
A charcuterie
Yeah, no, the house.
board.
Charcuterie board.
Yeah, a charcuterie board.
yeah.
It's. I've got to apologise. It's not a 300-year-old house. It's not. It's 120-odd-year-old. 1905. This house was built.
Nice.
Oh,
I actually,
nice.
but the last house that I lived in previous to this growing up, that house was about 100 and it was about 100 years old.
You know, in the oldest house
That was
in
20
America-
years ago, and they demolished the house a couple,
You know,
15, 16 years ago.
You know when the oldest house in America that's still standing was built?
No.
1776.
Oh,
I don't know if that's true, but I had to say it. America
Right.
got my
you mean the
got
White
my
House?
flag trucker.
The White House plantation mansion?
The first log cabin where we ran the Indians off their land mansion.
Well, hey, Patrick, where's Belgium compared to where you're at?
It's
I don't
in
know shit
Germany.
About
Definitely
in Germany?
Yeah. Wrong country, Jason. You
No,
idiot.
no, I said just compared to where he's at. I don't.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. You just asked where Belgium is, and he said it's in Germany. Belgium's a country in its own right, Randy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I have friends who live in Belgium, in Brussels. Thank you.
There's
Yeah.
I might end up having to stay 2 extra days down in Sebring to actually do the 12-hour race for a Belgian team that's running
Yeah.
prototypes. That's the only reason I'm trying to find out what's going on right now, so I know whether I'm flying on Friday or Sunday.
Speaking of teams, you're going
no.
back to SRO this year as well.
No,
Oh, you're not doing that
at
now?
least not right now. That's really like I printed out like one of those year at a glance like calendars, and I highlighted the whole IMSA schedule and then the whole SRO schedule. And dude, I would be gone at least 2 or 3 weekends, if not partial weeks, like every month. It's just crazy. So I shot him a high number, yeah, but SRO doesn't pay the same as IMSA. Like SRO is pretty.
But that
cheap,
doesn't mean so. But you were supposed to be in Indy.
It doesn't mean I won't do any, but like I was just like, man, I'll be gone so much. A, Andre will kill me. 2, it would be very hard for me to keep up my responsibilities at work. So I left the door open that I would help them, like maybe at Indy or some other ones if they want, but I don't know if they're going to be willing to pay for that.
What I'm hearing is me, you, and Mo, and if we can get Patrick to join us,
Yeah.
we're going to Indy.
Mate, if they need help
I'm
at
leaving
Indy,
Randy
mate,
out because there's too much walking for you.
I'd never, ever, ever get the invite to this race car
You can,
crap.
you know what?
So you're always invited. You got to come to Mid-Ohio.
I'll come to Mid Ohio.
Yeah, we'll go to. We'll do Mid Ohio.
Martell likes to do this whole thing where he's like, "Hey, welcome to Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martell, and with me now is Randy because I left and went to Indy, and it's his fault."
Yeah.
It used to be with me always as Randy, and then after he told me one week he was like, "We need to record multiple episodes because I'm going to go race with Jason and Mo, and you're not."
I never said that. I said I got media passes, and I'm going to take photography photos, and if I record a show, I record a show.
I don't care.
But you can by all means come to Indy. It's just you're going to walk like 30,000 steps a day.
It's a lot of walking.
You guys will. I'll just kind of find a spot.
Well, that's not fun.
I'll bring my own chair.
That's not fun.
If I put my chair by the track, it is. You guys can go walk wherever the F you want.
Watching cars blow by at 200 miles an hour is only
awesome.
It is, but it only
say,
lasts like a second.
I don't care.
It's like
so do I. I only last a second. I love it.
All right, wait for them to come back around again in 2 minutes.
That's fine. I will sit on the edge of the track with some goggles on.
I was standing in the middle of the track at the end of pit row taking photos of shit coming
awesome.
at me at 200 miles an hour.
I can throw shit at you at 200 miles an hour.
I wish you could throw some shit at me at 200 miles an hour.
My shoulder hurts, but...
All right.
Yeah, Jake. Stacey's over in Europe at the minute.
Is she?
SRO doing 8 hour at Spa.
Oh, okay.
I just looked at Martell and I were being complete dumbasses. Patrick's like, "Oh yeah, hey
Right,
Jason,
you fucking idiots."
this is our podcast."
So I was going to see if your guys are going over to, if the guys you know are going to do Spa as part of the SRO series, and they need bodies, give me a shout.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been getting. This is now the second or third opportunity I've had to do extra stuff. Like obviously.
Oh, I'll give you an opportunity to do extra stuff. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's hard points of the priority, and that's the team's so professional. They actually have contracts, so like it explains everything. But like they're totally fine with you doing other things as long as it's not on their event time. And there's a lot, man. Like if you actually want to go do this stuff, there's people everywhere looking for guys. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to clear that with my current employers to see if I'm allowed to go and do things like that as well.
I saw.
See, in America, you're always free to do what you want.
Hamilton talking about how he didn't think they were immediately going to be competing for wins. I was wondering if maybe that's because you're building his engine now.
Who's that?
Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton?
Alexander Hamilton?
He's trash.
Yeah, Alexander Hamilton.
Musical?
He found out that Patrick's building his engines and powertrains, so they're not going to be able to win, which is good because I need him to be in the back of the pack. I don't like.
I thought he was retiring this year.
No, not yet.
Damn it!
It's fine. No, he's all the F1 stuff. Right? You know, I'm not on that line, so I'm on the. So, but it's once again things that I signed a document that I can't talk about.
So did I just gather that you're working and you want to send me a...
That's a German car.
No, it's not.
I just want the SUV.
Good Lord.
How many American Freedom units is 500 pounds? Or whatever.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
It's probably about $3.5 million.
Oh, yeah, we can. I mean, throw that in my top 5 then. That's fine.
So, but yeah, no, I work for.
Yeah, so you want to. I all I heard was I'm getting a. That's what I heard.
All I heard was you're getting a Volkswagen, a 1994 Volkswagen Jetta,
and we're gonna send it to, and we're gonna go ahead and get that set up for you, and it's gonna have 6-wheel drive.
Because America. Gotta have that 6-wheel drive because it snowed in March.
No, mate. What's some of the stuff that they're doing at the minute is eye-opening. So,
Patrick, what's the most popular daily driven Karen Mobile car? The basic car in the UK.
VW Golf.
Hell yeah, it is.
You got all excited there after getting rid of two.
You know what? I miss my Mark III Golfs.
I miss parts of my Volkswagens. I didn't have a Golf. I had a Jetta and a Passat. I do miss parts of them, mainly the parts that worked. But I can see the Golf being very popular there.
My GTI was getting close to 35 miles to the gallon.
And yours ran because it wasn't the 1.8T.
Well, no, because I had two of them.
Yeah.
I had two liters.
R6s, right?
No, 2 liters.
2 liters?
Yeah.
Non-turbo?
Yeah.
Man, I bet all 87 of those horses were crazy.
115, thank you. And after the intake upgrade, 119.
100, I was say 115 and a half.
I stick to my BMW that is 68 to the gallon.
68 miles to the gallon or liters to the gallon?
Liters?
Miles.
Liters to the gallon.
Well, I'm trying to get in that sweet spot somewhere between 68 and 70, but...
So what do you drive to get 70 miles to the gallon?
I drive a...
Kilometers to the gallon.
No, I'm talking miles. I'm talking
No,
freaking
it's miles. Miles. Yeah, we use miles as a... here.
So
now it's convenient for you to use American metrics when it's... Gotcha, okay.
Cheers to that. Cheerio, as you would say.
Hey, we're the imperialist country anyway.
So what is it you're
It's just
driving?
when BMW 220 diesel sport.
So it's a tiny little car.
Yeah, diesel.
And you're a huge man.
I'm a huge man. He's a tall man. That's different.
He's like the Big Show, and you're like Tsunami or Earthquake.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Dude, yeah. I'm in the big man category at the minute, mate.
Yeah, but it's like Yao Ming versus Chris Farley. I mean,
Yeah.
I take up a lot of real estate. I don't think
Randy
I would fit in
is
that car.
at least 600 pounds.
Pretty close. I've lost weight. I'm down to about 582 now.
Oh my goodness.
So
I mean, half a ton is amazing.
I'm just going to lay it out.
He's
there,
a ton
guys.
of love.
I have been this. You don't even know this.
Incontinent for years.
No, hold on. I have been.
You lost 16 pounds this week.
I have been contacted by TLC for my own reality show. That's all I'm saying.
Do it. You probably get paid.
My half-ton life. If they contact me, I'd do it. I don't care what it is. Pay me money. No,
I've lost enough weight that I'm down to 260 now.
Nice.
When I lost all the weight a couple years ago, when I went back to the gym and taught karate,
Yeah.
I was at 268, and people were guessing I was at like 180. It's just, I carried my weight differently, but 268 was my lowest.
You need to get back to that.
Oh,
I'm at 215 right now.
You at 215 and me at 268 would look almost the same, except I have a lot more skin just kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
It's stretch marks.
My goal was
pregnancy.
for the past 4 years has been able to try to get Randy to start working out again.
I did finally,
And he's finally started after 4 years of
slowly, but I am
telling him he needs to work out.
the not drinking massive amounts every single night. has
Patrick
helped.
losing his shit.
Sorry, I just got sent a message I just found funny.
yeah, me too, Patrick. Saw a funny meme.
My friend Josh Hicks just sent me a message with a screenshot of his rowing machine monitor. He says, I fucking hate rowing long distances. He rode 8K, so I sent him a message back saying below 10K is not long distance.
10K row isn't terrible. It just takes time.
How many freedom miles is that? I miss rowing. I always liked rowing. Rowing was one of my favorite things to do workout wise.
Yeah, I like to row. Patrick thinks I'm shit at it, and I'm fine with that.
Well,
but I like to row.
He doesn't think you should at it.
Oh, no,
he thinks you're not sexy at it. It's different.
No. Basically, his
he's
orbital
right.
socket. He wanted to gouge his orbital sockets out.
Patrick said I'm right.
No, he's right. He's
No, Martelle's right. I think
Martelle's
you should.
right?
yeah.
Okay.
No, he wanted to gouge his eyes out watching the video that I sent him.
Well, you know what? We were born here. We didn't have to row here, so it's different. We're not as experienced.
I mean, I try my best at rowing. All I'll say is when it comes to rowing is there ain't a whole lot of people at the gym that can.
The Brits are
they're out rowing me.
The British people have for generations, eons, had rowing experience.
They do.
They rowed to every country, steal all their spices, kill other people, and bring it home. So
No, we sailed there. The Vikings rode everywhere.
Tomato.
We're not Vikings.
I think it'd be cooler if you were. I think Vikings are all. He said, "Shut up." Oh, you just dropped deviled egg on your carpet.
And I licked it off the carpet. I'm a carpet muncher.
Right munches.
Oh man, I'm so glad that you went to Indy without me, with Mo. And
Matt said he's going back for. He's going back for more.
Yeah, I did.
He's like been over and said he's going back for.
I ain't wasting that.
Oh man, oh my ribs. Oh, they hurt. There's a pain.
I think that's you.
Oh, it's because I'm fat. I take up a lot of real estate.
Dude, that always reminds me, like, the one day I actually got muscle ups years ago.
Got
This
what?
was at
Muscle up.
gym.
Oh, okay.
It was in a workout. We were doing a charity workout. It was probably one of those, like, barbells for boobs type deal or whatever. And I still have a busted rib from when I finally was getting tired toward the end of the workout, and I slipped and crashed on the floor. And the only...
I've got the permanent scars from muscle ups, mate.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Let's get help.
Well, it's like when I you guys are like talking about weight, like when I'm back training and I start leaning out, the more you can see where my ribs busted because they never really healed right. The urgent care place that I went just wrapped some shit around my waist or my
that's
where
what
my rib was at. And
They were like, "Here's some grip tape, CrossFitter. You're fine."
That's what
it was the weirdest thing, man.
my cousin did. My cousin did the same thing. He was the chief of chief of the ER at the hospital I went to. I was running like probably 75 miles a week to 100 miles a week. I would just between Monday and Friday, I was just running around the track in high school or right out of high school. And that's all I did was run. I just ran and ran and ran. At some point,
You ran so far away.
I tried. I was doing like a Forrest Gump thing. I just ran. I just run. I couldn't get away. Definitely couldn't get away. And I ended up doing something to the left side of my rib cage. Like I felt a pop.
Yeah.
And so I went and saw Mitch, and he's like, they do X-rays, and he comes back. He's like, you've separated the cartilage in between your rib, like the actual bones is separated, and it's rolled back, and you can see like a little bulge in my rib. He's like, the only thing I can do for you, and he threw me an ace bandage. He was like, suck it up, pussy.
See, that's what I think.
Yeah, that was it.
There's nothing you really do for it.
Yeah, he was just like, just wrap this ace bandage around you. He goes, wear it for 6 weeks.
I think
see how you feel, and don't run.
That's what it feels like because I've ran so much lately that I think that's what hurt it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's your case too.
But what was weird, man, because like we were doing that workout, and
I've been using that standing desk. I bet that's what did it.
that has to be it.
I highly doubt that was the standing. It was probably the way you stand at the desk
I kind of lean
instead of sitting down or leaning.
Oh man, I do remember my dad took a hit playing football in high school.
And now you have that. It was transferred to you.
Well, no, you're talking about cartilage. He separated the cartilage between 3 ribs.
Yeah, you inherited his.
And then his now
injury.
38 years old, I'm feeling it's like sympathy pains. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Did you know that your lungs could be over capacity for what your rib cage can take?
I don't doubt it, man. Everything on me is over capacity.
That's what they diagnosed me with.
My lungs take up a lot of real estate.
Your lungs are just busting through your rib cage.
They're like your
Especially
lungs
after
are bigger than what your rib cage
I spent 12 years
handle.
of my life smoking like a pack a day, and my lungs are getting healthy now.
I
after
grew
quit
up
13 years ago.
I grew up 18 years in a smoker's house. That's much longer than you smoking.
I smoked from 11 to 25, so 14 years.
Yeah, like I said, 18
So-
years in a smoker's house.
Yeah.
19 years in a smoker's house.
Oh, man.
And I'm pretty sure my mom
Congratulations.
smoked before I was born, so
Your mom smoked, yeah.
while she was pregnant.
Which explains a lot.
It does explain a lot.
Congratulations, boys. I'll buy you a medal.
Oh, can you please? I need one.
What's smoking like over there, Patrick? Is that still a thing there? Because it's pretty much died down here in America versus what I remember.
I'm more concerned, do they still call them fags?
Well, I mean, I guess smoking fag gives it a different meaning.
In answer to your first question, we're humans the same as you, so smoking a cigarette is the same in America as the UK.
Kinda
Frowned
died down.
upon, or just it's part of the normal?
It used to be part of the normal. Now it's less people are smoking because you can't smoke. They've banned it, so you can't smoke indoors in pubs.
That's good, because I'm pretty sure on one of the shows I said that I would rather have Hitler on my show as opposed to a group of smokers.
I think you did.
God.
That's the biggest reaction I've seen from Patrick.
I know.
Which I can tell. I can tell you both listen to all of our episodes by that reaction.
No, I definitely have been listening to every one of them. I forgot about that one, though.
Me
'Cause
too. I forgot about it, and I'm on it.
I was concerned about that one because I'm like, did I just really say that I want Hitler on the show? And
You canceled an entire episode because of what I said, which was not as bad as that.
what you said was basically Chinese people can't drive.
Am I
And you were
wrong?
driving it.
Am I wrong?
Hold on. And they were driving a bus full of kids off a cliff.
I didn't say that.
That is the
I may
nice
have-
version.
I may have implied that, but I did not say that.
That's the nice version.
Ooh, yeah.
Goodness.
Speaking of which, it's International Women's Month.
It is.
Speaking of not being able to drive.
Which is funny because I got on Facebook the other day and no more than 5 times did I see a curb rashed rim and it said Happy International Women's Day.
I saw one of a woman building some structure. It was like she's holding like an 8-foot long 2x4 and building something and said, I wonder what kind of sandwich she's making.
Oh my God.
Only in America. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. Not only were we playfully racist, we're also playfully sexist. Thanks to all our female listeners, which are all related to me somehow.
Right.
My wife, aunt, and mother.
Liz quit listening because she's working from home.
She's never listened.
No, she did.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Now she's working from home.
In this room. So she's listened to it while you're standing there and probably she knew dirty looks.
Nah.
I think she's probably even more concerned with the stain of the devil eggs and thinking, what the hell is that white stain on the carpet?
Oh, no. She don't.
Oh, no,
that's
that's gone.
Martelle.
That's gone.
You kidding me? She chose to marry
He's
this
rubbing
man.
it in.
He is. Jason knew exactly what was going on.
I could see.
It looked like you were stomping out a cigarette butt there.
Yeah.
You just go ahead and...
Either that or Riverdale.
All the carpet in my house needs to be replaced anyway. It's fine.
So many jokes.
We just shave it off and let it grow back.
It all matches the drapes, by the way, if you're wondering.
Does it, though?
No, it doesn't.
Those drapes are blood red, and that carpet is cream colored.
Yeah, it is. I would call it a light blonde.
Whatever.
Oh, man.
Salt and pepper.
Speaking of graying your beard.
I shaved mine off.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Disappointing.
No, it was a promise. I keep
To
my
who?
promises. To Liz.
Why?
Once we finished and I won the competition, I would shave my beard.
That's a dumb promise to make.
I don't care.
I don't care that you
I
know.
don't. You know what? I don't.
What was the competition?
So my gym had a nutrition competition. Who could lose the most weight and gain the most muscle? And I won.
So basically, Patrick, he's not giving you any of the details. You get 10 points a day.
No, you get. It's actually more than that.
You get so many points.
You get
a day,
14 points a day.
and you have to do so many things like eat 6 cups of veggies,
6 cups of veggies, 2
no alcohol,
2 cups of fruit, no alcohol.
Like if you
work out every day,
you take a drink of alcohol, you lose a point. If you don't eat 6 things of veggies,
you lose a point.
you lose a point. If you don't work out, you lose a point.
So I
Did
walked.
you make it 100%?
Yeah,
Nice.
perfect score the entire time, even with the Arnold going
So
on.
Liz didn't get the perfect score then,
She did too.
but
I lost
So-
more. I lost
so-
more weight than Liz did.
that's not fair.
So
So,
we.
so this is why you haven't done any podcasts recently, because you couldn't drink.
Oh no, we did podcasts.
They just all
Hey,
suck.
dude.
They just all weren't
Right.
great because I wasn't drinking.
Right.
So
We didn't tell you
No.
because they were really poor quality.
Liz got a perfect score too, 575 points or whatever it was, but she did not lose as much weight as I could.
See, that's a male.
You went for a
female
poo.
thing.
You
It
went for a
was.
poo before the final weigh-in, didn't you?
What's that?
You went for a poo before the final weigh-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I weighed in, I weighed 227, and at the beginning, and when I weighed in on this past Saturday, I weighed 212 pounds.
It should be percentage based though.
It should be percentage based, but you know what? I got $150, so I'm not going to bitch.
good. Go buy
And she
more
got
whiskey.
and she got $100. So who gives a shit?
I can't wait for you to use that money to buy more whiskey and food.
I'm
and get
actually
back
going
up
to buy a
230.
mace.
A mace?
Yes.
Like medieval?
No.
Like a real one?
I'll say
Are you
Patrick
talking about
probably
like
has
the ones
one.
from
No,
Honest?
if I wanted one, I'd just ask Patrick for one.
Patrick can't have a gun, but he's got a mace.
He's
I
got a
guarantee
mace.
it.
He's allowed to have a ball and chain. No, it's a workout apparatus
Yeah.
I mean, I know a guy
that I'm
named
going to
Mace.
order from On It.
Yeah, those things are pretty dope.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what I'm getting.
I wish we had video.
I
'Cause Patrick
probably
showed us how to use a mace.
I probably
I
could
mean,
just
if you're
buy
real brave, you can do it with a heavy sledgehammer.
I was going to say I could probably just buy a 15-pound sledgehammer and do the same thing, but the handle
Or
won't be
you
long
could buy
enough.
you could buy a 20-pound sledgehammer and stop being a pussy.
I can buy a 25-pound sledgehammer. I mean, but the handle's not long enough.
Patrick's sitting here like stupid Americans.
The handle needs to be at least 2 foot longer.
Oh man! All right.
It is what it is, but I'll probably end up buying a mace.
Buy a
Although
Claymore.
I also got paid by an insurance company for helping a friend keep his basement from flooding.
We talked about that.
We did.
How much you get?
Yep.
I ended up getting, I think it was $81.
So you got a couple $100.
I got,
That's
yeah.
it.
I cannot wait to taste all of your bourbons and whiskeys.
Well, I told him I'm using
For
that.
free.
I told him that I'm using that for him and I to buy beer.
Oh,
That's not for you.
that's sad.
No, it's not.
$81, huh?
I got $81 for 3.5 hours of work to keep his basement from flooding while
I could make more than that.
while I
on
stood
Sullivan.
outside. Hold on. While I stood outside in the rain to try to get a gas-powered pump to fucking work.
We already talked about this.
I know we did.
Then why are you talking about it again?
Because Jason and Patrick weren't on this show. On that show.
But they listen. Well,
I
Patrick,
did hear about this, but I didn't realize you only got $81.
Well, I just got the check the other day, and so it was $81.81, and I'm like, I'm just going to use that to. He's like, well, at least you got paid for doing it. He goes, I don't understand why they couldn't pay for the equipment rental and for the new pump and all the other stuff,
everything
but they'll
else.
pay for a friend to come over and stand on a fucking hose for 2 hours. I'm like,
I could do that.
I'm like, whatever.
I am prime real estate to stand on a hose.
I said I will just use that money to buy us beer.
There you go.
So that money's going to buy us beer. Sean and I, not you.
Oh, I figured.
You don't like beer.
Poor Randy.
Poor Randy
Thank
shit.
You. Thank you, Jason.
Poor Randy, my
It's
ass.
about time. 3+ years, almost 4 years, and finally somebody recognizes my gifts and abilities and talents that I bring to this show.
Yeah, you
and shows
showed
sympathy for me.
You show up and do nothing but talk. I edit all the fucking podcasts, add in all the little sound effects. That was the wrong one.
and that's why you shouldn't get paid more.
I didn't even look. I just hit a button.
Here's the thing: every radio show and every podcast has a
A producer. I'm the fucking producer.
You're right.
They have a producer.
They have a producer, and they also have talent.
I am the talent. Jason's the talent.
That's fair.
Patrick's the talent.
That's fair.
You show up and talk.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Because without me answering your Facebook post 5 years ago, this would have never happened. Perfect. Oh, man.
I would have done this eventually by myself.
I wouldn't have listened.
Probably not. No one's listening now, so it doesn't
Just
matter.
like I don't listen to us.
Right. I mean, I've recorded a podcast with Dude this past weekend for Bourbon Hunters, and then I said that 3 of the 5 listeners are sitting right here, right now. It was Dude, Mo, and myself.
That's probably true. I'm not
So-
going to listen to that episode either.
Actually, that episode was pretty good.
I'm sure it was. I'm still not going to listen.
It was still really good. Tyler wasn't on it.
Oh, okay. I might listen then.
Listen. And I make fun of Tyler on it.
I do love Mo and Dude, so.
Yeah. And there was another guy named Sam Shaw on it as well.
Okay.
So
hear
if
you
if you have the opportunity to take a listen to that one,
Ever since you left me for Indy, it's never been the same.
guess what? I'm leaving you for India again.
That's fine. I don't care.
I mean, you can come, but I'm leaving you for it.
you can come, but drive yourself.
I mean, well, you can come with me. We'll probably stop and pick up Mo and continue the drive to Indy,
Cocaine
and then we'll pick up Jason at the airport, and then we'll pick up Patrick probably
Shotgun.
6 hours later because he's 5 hours ahead of us,
Yeah.
have fun at the airport, Patrick.
and we'll go to that taco
I
place.
hear they've got great honey roasted peanuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do to get on the plane to fly to America. Get trashed.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to drive a rental when I get there, so I can't do.
You
can't drink
can.
too much.
You got plenty of time to sober up. At least 4 hours.
There's a. I don't even use a rental car now. One of my buddies sent me this app called Turo.
Yeah,
Oh,
Turo.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, and just renting somebody's car.
Yeah, it's like Airbnb for
It's
cars.
like Airbnb, but yeah.
You should look at silver
I'm right.
too. You'll feel more comfortable in an Audi than you would somebody else's car.
No,
Silver.
I'm looking at it. I'm probably going to rent some guy's Alfa Romeo Stelvio.
You would.
I don't know that I would be seen caught dead in an Alfa Romeo.
Patrick's like, I'm
in
going
the
to
US.
America. And
In the U.S.
not driving an American vehicle. Screw that.
But Silver is a rental company. They only rent silver Audis.
Granted, I've seen that. Granted, if you fly to America and go to any rental car company, you're probably going to drive a Toyota.
A Jeep.
Nope, Toyota or Honda.
Yeah, and Hyundai.
Oh yeah.
Some of the newer Hyundais and the Kias.
Hyundai.
I'm curious to see what I'm going to end up with in Sebring because they
Oh, I'll show you what you're going to end up with.
National bumped me up to the highest tier or whatever for the season for the race team.
You're getting a demon.
Yeah.
A demon.
A demon. Which is the knockoff Kia version of a demon.
I had a buddy just went to Detroit a couple days ago, and his rental company bumped him up. Freezing cold, snow on the ground. They bumped him up to a convertible Mustang. He's like, well, this will be fun.
What
fun.
Can't
use
fucking
that.
morons. They shouldn't even have convertibles in Detroit.
No, at all. They have about 3 days a year they can even drop the top.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of convertibles anyway.
I'm not a big fan of Detroit.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Detroit's a
100%.
shithole.
100%.
I'm not a big fan of anything going on in Michigan in general. And not because I live in Ohio, based solely on the fact that Michigan roads are shit.
Also true. Patrick, are there places in the UK or around your... I mean, you don't have a state, right? So are there...
We have a county.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, we have counties too.
We have counties too, just in our little state.
In every state.
But are there certain areas that you guys know, not to... that are just kind of higher crime rate, kind of try to avoid?
It's Worcestershire.
They make great sauce.
That is a very posh place, by the way, Worcester.
It's like, you buy their sauce, never visit there.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Yeah, right. Okay, whatever.
All right, so seriously though, but here, I just looked up the top 10 worst places crime-wise in America, and Cleveland was the only one.
Of course,
Ohio,
Cleveland's in there.
but Cleveland's
a shithole.
Cleveland, Detroit, and obviously some of the Chicago, New York. Are there places like that in the UK that's just don't go there because you'll die?
Clevelandshire.
Clevelandshire.
Detroitshire, Oaklandshire.
It's just certain areas of certain cities that you wouldn't really go for a walk through.
Yeah.
So what about places that you do want to go visit,
Paris?
Worcester.
So
Wrong
Martha's
country.
Vineyard Shire or the Hamptonshires or Myrtle Beach Shire.
So here in Ohio,
If you add Shire to the end of it, it makes it super British, right?
we have places in Ohio like New Philadelphia, New England, and New this and that. Do you guys have old places like that are
Old
really cool?
Philadelphia,
Old Philadelphia, Old England?
Yeah,
Old Columbus.
yeah. You know that place called New York? Well, we have York.
I grew up in a place called East Liverpool
They're
because
the
it's
original
directly
York.
east of Liverpool, England.
You have New England, whereas we just have England.
He's like, we've been doing this for years.
We have the original place. You just add new to it.
Yeah, like New Mexico.
Or
there's Mexico, but we took over some of that territory and just named it New Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, like
Texas.
I said, I grew up in a place called East Liverpool because it's east of Liverpool, England.
Oh man, we have Paris, Ohio, Milan, Ohio.
There's nothing original about Ohio.
Ohio, there's a lot of rich.
Yeah,
We got
had
Lima
this
and
co-
Lima. We've got
No, we don't have Lima. We only have Lima.
there's Lima.
We had
Peru.
this conversation on the previous one I came on. 'Cause
Yeah.
you
I
have
thought so.
Kettering at Ohio. You have Kettering at Ohio.
Yeah, Kettering. Yeah.
Kettering.
Yeah, I was born in Kettering.
Yeah, Kettering.
Oh, you and Rob Deerdick. That's fantastic. that's amazing. You guys don't sound the same at all.
I mean, we have a London, Ohio too.
We do.
We do. It's not a great place to visit, and there's no bridge there.
I disagree. I think it's the best London I've ever seen.
Well,
It's also the only London I've ever seen.
there's still no bridge. I mean, the overpass over 70 doesn't count as a bridge, does it?
There's a truck stop there.
Is that where you got that? Oh, callbacks are the best.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
No, I just that's my biggest fear. Like watching movies, stuff like even dumb movies like Eurotrip that are comedies. They're like, yeah, we want to go to Berlin. And the guy's like, he's speaking German. He's like, yeah, I'm going nowhere near Berlin. They're like, Berlin? He's like, nowhere near Berlin. And they end up in East Europe. It's just like the crappiest. Like, I'm so afraid. Well, when we went to Louisville years ago, me and some buddies took a trip down there. Just a guy's trip. One of my buddies had business there for a few days. We decided.
Louisville?
Nope, Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville. We decided we're going to go out and drive while he was working. And we drove like 3 blocks, and all of a sudden, houses had bars over the windows and doors. And I was like, I don't think we're in a good part of Louisville right now.
You
guys.
just named every city in Ohio.
Basically, but going to different countries, my biggest fear is you take a wrong turn, and all of a sudden
You're in the country.
you're getting shot at by Nazis or something.
No, not in Europe.
No, just in America.
That's just in America.
Just in Kentucky.
In Europe, you take a wrong turn, you're going to end up in the country.
Yeah, or in a different country.
It's going to be rural.
End up in
There's
Yugoslavia.
going to be sheep in the middle of the road.
I can literally
And cows.
blink my eyes, take a wrong turn from England, and just so long end up in Yugoslavia or something, Slovakia
Ukraine.
or the Ukraine. Huh? They drive tanks here. That's weird.
Totally normal.
What's the Russian flag doing on that one? Weird. It's like here in Ohio. I take a wrong turn in Ohio and end up in Lancaster.
Pretty much.
Did you hear the Ukrainian army now after the Russian some of the botched attempts at the invasion, whether some of the tank units got lost and ran out of fuel. They left their tanks to go and get fuel, and the Ukrainian farmers literally just hooked tractors up to them and just dragged them away.
I actually shared a meme the other day that was
the best.
It was the Jaws poster, but on top instead of a boat was a Russian tank, and then instead of Jaws was a Ukrainian tractor.
I didn't see that, but
So
that's what happens when you send the tracksuit mafia in to.
That's what would happen if somebody tried to invade Ohio, the Midwest. Like,
Yeah.
hook up tractors and pull their tanks.
the Ukrainian army now is officially the 5th largest army in the world.
Let them have it.
Yeah, because they armed everybody.
Because they stole all the Russian equipment. It's just
I'm
glorious.
fine with that. You know what? We haven't heard
So
anything.
It's so funny.
We haven't heard
I agree,
anything from
Patrick.
the ghost of Kiev. Is it
No, we
Kiev?
haven't. Yeah, goes to Kiev.
Yeah, the ghost of Kiev, and since like that day one,
Yeah, he took down like 6 jets in a day or two, and
then nothing.
I haven't seen anything about him.
I think he
He
got shot
retired.
down.
He got Instagram and TikTok fame, and he retired.
He ran out of gas.
Yeah,
He landed his plane and was like, I'm good.
it cost too much.
I did my job. Retirement. Yeah, no, I think it's awesome that the Ukrainians are like they're giving all the civilians rifles. They're pulling tanks away. They're and on TikTok, TikTok and Twitter, I saw a lot of posts from Americans and other countries making posts about here's how you take down a tank. Here's how you make a Molotov cocktail. Here's how you if you're going to throw a Molotov cocktail out of tank, here's where you aim. And I was like,
just convert your distillery that's making vodka to increase that proof and stuff a rag in it.
You think Russians don't want vodka thrown at them, whether it's on fire or not?
Hey, whatever.
They're probably just like, ah. And then
That's
the Russian, I saw some, the one thing that actually got me was some of the Russian soldiers that were quote unquote captured by Ukrainian civilians. They were FaceTiming their parents. And the parents were like, hey, where are you? Can we send you a package? And they're like, yeah, this is not a training exercise. Like the parents thought they were on training because that's the way they were told.
Yeah.
And the soldiers are going, we don't know why we're here. This is not what we were told. We've been lied to. So it's a mess all around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Russia have cut Facebook and Instagram.
Well, they had
So
cut
people-
Facebook and Twitter and just recently cut Instagram because of hate speech, in quotes.
Let's be honest. The funniest and the first thing that was cut from Russia was Pornhub.
Right.
Which I think we talked about a couple weeks ago.
We did.
Before you,
Yeah.
that was hilarious to
Yeah,
me.
Pornhub's like, no more porn for you.
Imagine being a Russian.
Sorry,
in the middle-
comrade.
Sorry, comrade. In the middle of nowhere and just trying to get your jollies and be like, womp womp.
404 error.
That's worse than your wife saying no.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's a mess though. So anyway,
All right. Hey, we're at like 2 hours and 32 minutes into
are we
this.
really
Well, that we've been
extra
recording.
half hour?
I'm about that long for him.
Yeah, we've lasted longer today than I did on my honeymoon. That's for sure.
That's not hard to do.
No, not at all.
I mean, reality is, welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me is that's the end of the show. I just stop it right there.
The end. Guys, it has been awesome talking to you. Patrick's about to go to bed. He looks tired.
Yeah, Patrick,
I'm going to go have a curry.
There you go.
curry? Are you eating some Indian food? Or are you going to deliver a package?
I'm going to go and deliver a package, then I'm going to eat my curry.
Hell yes.
There you go.
That's
I'm also going to deliver my package.
that's
to
the American way.
bathroom. You take a piss.
So,
That's the American way. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. Jason, we always love having you on, even though you moved to a
Boy.
state that is a desert. Patrick, I absolutely love having you. When I found out you were on, I was so excited.
Me too.
Yeah, because Jason didn't know either.
I love it.
Jason didn't know until he saw the text message earlier going, oh, yeah, I'm going to be about 10 minutes late.
Patrick's on. I'll be there in half an hour.
I sent a message to Jason like, hey, we're recording, X day or whatever 1:30. And he's like, all right, cool. And I sent Patrick, I'm like, hey, if you want to be on the show today, we're recording at 1:30. And I never put them both together at the same time until Jason wants to push back the show till 2:00. So,
Which is good because I was a little bit late today.
which is fine.
Which is normal.
And then we spent 30 minutes with technical issues.
Yeah, so
Which some of that will make it into the show as well.
well, for Jason in Arizona, for Patrick in the UK, and Martelle, I'm Randy. I'm taking over Martelle's outro. Instagram to Instagram. We're out. Peace.
Pinkies up.
All right, bye guys.
All right.
See you guys later.
Guys, thanks for being on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Patrick's going to Dallas.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to...
you got to wear a 10-gallon hat and get some 6-shooters and send us a picture.
Well, I'm going to get off the plane. I'm going to go buy cowboy boots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
With
I'm
American
going to
flags
turn
on
up to
them.
the...
American flag cowboy boots.
Or are you going to buy
and an
the
American flag eagle belt buckle?
Potentially. I'm going to go and buy a big belt buckle, potentially some cowboy boots, and I'm going to turn up at the rehearsal dinner in like a farm boy check shirt and just chewing on a piece of straw.
You need to get a big gulp. When you do that, you need to get a big gulp also.
He calls,
Yeah.
it, a farm,
7-Eleven.
he calls it a farm boy check shirt, and here we just call it flannel.
We just call it normal.
Yeah.
It's what I own.
Yeah.
It's everything I wear.
Right.
Big gulps,
Yeah.
huh?
Big
Well,
gulp.
see you
from
later.
That's
7-Eleven.
Going to get
70-11.
me potentially get a Stetson. I'll do it properly.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That'll be awesome.